fréquence 178, embarquement immédiat Portuel 45. Departure to Mexico City, Air France Flight 178, immediate boarding at N45.
Okay. Morning. Percent news, airports, and see how this works out. Sorry, webcam. Keep doing these topic everyone right now.
The sun has set in the Iron City. We are now in the dark, ready. The temperature on track is about to hit max.
I want to know how audio sounds because I have no idea how this is going to work out. I think everything's working.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Drift Masters Championship. My name is Becky Evans, and we are live on Red Bull TV. We are here in Germany. We're back at the Iron City in Ferropolis. I mean, what a unique location on our calendar. You want to have a drift event at an open-air mining museum? Well, we've absolutely got it. And tonight is our night race. But right now, we're about to head into our top 32. But it is absolutely scorching out here. The temperatures are rising, and our drivers will be feeling it in the driving seat. We had a qualifying yesterday, which threw up an all-Irish podium, with Conor Shanahan coming in first, James Eden second, and then Jack Shanahan third. But let's take a look at our calendar so far. We can see where we've been and where we're going next.
Yeah.
So we had 4 rounds with 4 different winners, then heading into Riga, Latvia for round 5. Pavel Korpelinski taking the win. We're here at round 6 of Ferropolis in Germany, and then all roads lead to the PGA Narodowy, the big final, the big Red Bull final in Poland.
Yeah, I just have.
Can't believe the season is almost over. 6 rounds out of 7 done already. We're the penultimate one. Can you believe it? Well, let's take a look what happened in Riga last time. Pavel Korpelinski versus Peter in the semi-final, where unfortunately the outer zone 1 did choose to take no prisoners. And then in the other side of the bracket, Conor Falvey took on Kevin Piscotty. Unfortunately, was deemed at fault, which put Kevin Piscotty in his first ever final. In the third and fourth playoff, Conor Falvey versus Peter Biensek, where outer zone 1 once again proved to be difficult, and we saw a big crash. Not something we want to see again, but unfortunately that was the end of his weekend for Peter Biensek. And here we have the big final. Pavel Korpelinski versus Kevin Piscotty for a beautiful clean battle, where Pavel managed to secure his second win of his season, and his championship points march was very much alive. But a very emotional Kevin Piscotty there, as it was his first ever podium at Drift Masters and first ever final.
That doesn't sound very good though.
Amazing scenes here.
Okay. I can drop everything else down.
That was our crazy weekend in Riga, and I've come down to the paddock to catch up with the man of the moment, Pavel Korpelinski, and his
How is that sounding? I'll bet it's a little bit better.
Zakruski. Now, Mikolai, you managed to snag 17th place in qualifying, which has put you up against Pavel in top 32.
Thanks, buddy. Love you too. Hopefully I can make it out soon. Or you can make it over here.
One of us will be gone, so it's really unfortunate.
This this weekend you've got Dragos Hipki, who's here spotting for both of you. Yes. And you're all kind of swapping jobs. So you're in the driving seat this weekend. Dragos is out here spotting.
There we go. Is that better?
Well.
All right, cool. Hopefully I can stick with that. Perfect. Take a little bit of work, but we got there.
Going against each other in the first battle. We would love to do it, but later in the bracket. But yeah, that's how it turned out. The downside, of course, is that one of us will
hey, what's up, Michael?
Go home and finish
out on the plane.
Already at the first stage of the battles, which is.
I knew you were watching this, so why not, just rewatch it now.
Because it's always a difficult task to go against a driver you really know well. So anything can happen in the battle, and we'll of course do our
best. All right, dude.
Both of us
get some sleep. I'll talk to you soon.
To go through. We'll see how it will turn out, but I'm definitely the more stressed one, I think, out of us two.
Me too.
There is, I've got a lot to lose, so I really need to focus on that one. And yeah, it's pretty much the worst starting position for a competition, possibly, except me not qualifying. But when I already made it into top 32,
yeah, the worst the interview did not age well.
It's about to happen.
Yeah, absolutely, and I feel bad because I feel like I'm bringing up what could come next for you in the bracket as well. It's not been kind to you this weekend because if you do get through top 32,
nice.
You're then going to line up against Conor Shanahan in top 16.
Yeah, that's how it is. So I think that the championship could be maybe not yet decided, but there will be some important battles towards the way it's going to turn out at the end of the season. So it's definitely a lot points on the board, and everyone will really want to make good. I think that everyone really wants to get a good result on this round, especially when you look at the top 5, top 6 of the general standings.
Well, Pavel, we know you can do it, so we're going to wish you very good luck in your top 32 battles, and we'll catch up with you a little bit later. Thank you so much, guys. All right, there we have it, guys. It's time to get into our top 32 battles. It is an absolute scorcher of a day. There is a lot of pressure on the line, and our drivers will be feeling it, not only in the sunlight.
It's interesting watching it back.
Guys, it's time
this fresh.
to our kings of the commentary box, Ian Waddington and Jacob Gettins. It's going to be a big one.
Thank you very much, Becky. And yes, it's going to be a big one here in Germany. Once again, we are round 6. The penultimate round of the championship is upon us. And as Becky just alluded to, the top
I assume you guys already watched this, but, might as well.
This evening and lead us into that all-important final at the Pega Narodovoy, that Red Bull Drift Masters finale in Warsaw. Jacob Gettins, we see an incredible night last night, but today is going to be even more special.
Yeah, and we've done a lot of math to try and figure out all the potential scenarios, and anything can happen, but we're going to do our best to keep you in the loop when it comes to this championship, because
you guys do have any questions, feel free to drop them. But I end up rewatching a lot of the battles anyways to try and make my own notes to make fixes and stuff for the next round. So
as you can see, Shanahan took the win in 2022. Jack Shanahan, Kopalinski was on the podium.
I love when we get stats like this up. Makes it a little bit easier for me too.
Connor this time though was on the podium, and you can see Kevin Passeur starting to creep in there as well. And then last
I'm on a layover right now in Paris, so I got 4 hours. So probably watch this again, and then I don't know. If you guys got clips or anything, feel free to send them over.
For Conor Shanahan in the championship.
Yeah, absolutely massive, and he loves this track. He's done so well here, and
God, I sound particularly raspy in this one.
Let's hear from him right now. It's a little word with Conor Shanahan. Shanahan can't be shaken. Back across the circuit. Shanahan goes for it on the foot brake, but Dean's lead line.
The season started quite good.
No way he did. He did get home? Oh my God, that's so good to hear. I didn't check his story yet. I remember checking it in top 16, and then I didn't see anything at that point.
At the end of the day, every driver...
So this interview was actually shot in the control room. I ended up getting a bunch of photos for my video of it. It's a super cool spot. Reminded me of Chernobyl immediately. That's super cool to hear.
When he is driving well and everything is working, there's no one on this grid that can beat him.
What's up?
These weird little things keep happening, whether it's mechanical or weird mistakes in driving.
Is that Khan? Yeah, if you guys have any questions, feel free to drop them. Happy to answer whatever.
You could meet somebody in the top 32 that's having a weekend.
Yeah, we shot all these, I think, before qualifying, if I remember correctly.
So right now,
we had to speak about it like we were going at this point.
He has to be perfect.
There is no doubt
Ian and I were not near each other. So he did his, I came in an hour later. So it's really cool to see how it lined up, like how our opinions lined up.
Round and the next one, there is a huge chance that he becomes the champion once again.
If the rest of his competitors do just okay, and Connor turns up the way that he can easily win this. That's the plan this week.
Yeah, it's a super cool control room. All the buttons are disconnected. I did try a few. The event was stupid hot. It was 35°C basically all day, every day. We had 2 air conditioners in our booth. So there's a bunch of screens and computers in there, so we needed to. This one's up there. This or Poland, to be honest. I mean, Finland was really cool. It's kind of tough to pick. I like them all for different reasons.
And just goes to prove that Shanahan, when it matters, he can get it done.
Yeah, for sure. We alluded early that tiebreakers were going to come into play, and you can see just how many tiebreakers we had to go to.
Love it when I call it. I try not to make too many predictions. I try to make safe ones, but very validating when it happens.
In Ferropolis, where he got that 98-point run, it was a work of art. There's no way to describe it apart from that.
Yeah, it was. It truly was. It was fully committed every single transition, every zone. He had that bumper against the wall. It is as clean of a run.
Mikolash, I believe, went the furthest to take on Pavel in 32. I think that was it. I think there's 3 wildcards total, but
I think after his first qualifying run, where we see
can you watch the broadcast in the booth? That's all I'm watching is the broadcast. I'm watching what you guys see.
He looked in the zone. That's dangerous.
Yeah, Riga's nuts. Oh, you can, if you see me in the pitch, just come say hi. If I'm talking to somebody, just hang out for a second, and I usually see people that are kind of lingering, and I'll make time.
The man out in the back, look, mathematically up to 6th place can
2-hour drive. Okay, that's not bad. It's not bad at all.
Benedictus Sherburn now calm from not qualifying last night. Connor Falvey and Jack Shanahan, interesting conversation there. We'll get into that as we get into top 32. But for Falvey, Jack Shanahan, Connor Shanahan, they're still in the mix, and they're both down there on the grid. They will be the first and second battle we'll see in competition, and you can see
look at how tense he is
on Korpelinski's shoulders this weekend more than any other weekend so far.
Yeah, he said it in the interview as well.
Yeah.
Man, he might get that little wink in there. He might be cool, calm, and collected now, but this is the part that makes or breaks a champion.
Where you guys all tuning in from?
Times, and has fought through it to stand on that, the top of the tops at the end of the year. But for Korpelinski, this is the first time. This is the first time to actually start looking at the end of the season going, I'm still at the top, I'm still in front of everyone, and now I know what I need to do to maintain that spot, and it is not easy.
No, it certainly isn't easy. Well, this is the battle tree for today. If you haven't had a look at it, we're going to look at it right now. It will be Shanahan versus Enver Haskasap in that first battle of top 32. Then it will be Pavel Korpelinski to take on Mikolai Zakrevsky, as Becky spoke to earlier on.
Florida, sweet. Montreal. You guys are up early? Very early for Sunday morning. We're in Florida area, if you don't mind me asking. Okay. I think I've asked you this before.
You can see where the rest of the guys in the championship are. You can see Shanahan
Ireland
on the left-hand side before James Dean on the right-hand side has an easier route. Look, it could get complicated as we go through this evening here.
I did have to put a bit more delay than normal on this one, just because I wasn't sure how the live stream would be. Yeah, that's got to be kind of neat to wake up and watch it.
Before we go under the lights in Germany to crown our winner of Iron Drift King 2026.
Got a couple of Irish in here.
Destination de Centre Volair France 430, embarquement immédiat porte L33. Departure to Centre France Flight 430, immediate boarding gate L33.
So funny enough, I was asking if they could have made the drone like flip over, but I guess it just didn't line up right. But yeah. Oh, sweet. Yeah, but now we're outside Orlando too, in like the Cocoa area.
So we get to the most challenging part of this track.
It sucks, Jack.
If you come in here with too much speed, miss your braking point, you're crashing straight into the wall before zone 3. And if you brake too soon,
if you guys haven't yet, obviously, if you're new, greatly appreciate a subscribe. It would help a ton.
Coming from zone 4, transitioning into this zone 5.
It's funny he skipped one in this, but they edited it that way. So in our meeting, when we saw that he skipped that, I was like, cool, then let me talk about one, if that's the case. What's up, Twitch? Oh, nice. I do like time attack. I've gotten to announce a bit of time attack. Would love to do world, but Jared's got that one locked down pretty good. Yeah, it's tough. This track, you have to run a very particular line, so it's tough to have unique battles, to be honest. This time I didn't look around a lot. I have previously. Yeah, my volume's probably low on the airport lounge, so I don't want to be rude and yell. I can bump it up a little bit more if you want.
This first inside zone right there on the start of the scoring zone.
Yeah, the big part is getting the wheel to come right through this section here. And that's going to be the trailing wheel on the front left. That is going to be massive.
Love when I get to draw.
Over in this area here, that is -6 points. That is what ended up happening a lot in qualifying last night. So maintaining that spot, that's where you need to be. Too far inside is going to be a massive detriment.
That's probably way too loud. How's that? You can probably throw a little bit more on it, but go with that. There we go. Yeah, sorry, I'm just trying not to be rude by talking super loud. I can bring the live stream audio up too if you want. It's always tough. Always tough getting the balance. Yeah, feel free to let me know where we're at.
It's what we love. It's drifting. For the judges, it's serious business. And we're going to throw it over to David Kalas, our head judge, to talk us through what exactly he's looking for this week.
It's a fun fact. I sit directly next to him. So I'm on the screen right now. I'm to his right, but sit on his left.
Track itself. Just what is important is that you need to connect everything. It is not only how you.
Yeah, I try to do it as much as I can, but it's tough because it takes a lot of time and a lot of coordination, so we don't get to do it as much as I would like.
So that is for the leader. For the chaser,
but it happens.
It is
That's how it goes.
All about proximity, but proximity is not the only thing what we are looking for. There are also other criteria which we need to look into. So for the lead, 100.
Yeah, sounds not going to be great, guys. Like you said, I have headphones in, so the best I can do.
Without using too much compromises.
Well, thank you very much, David. And yeah, that's exactly.
I can either make it sound better but quieter, or louder with less quality. Those are the options.
Rasmo Rios and Chris Witowski, our fourth judge with the EVS. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the wait is over. The penultimate round of Drift Masters 2026.
I brought my little lapel mic, but didn't even think about it. Yeah, we bump elbows pretty regularly.
And we are straight into the action on the line with the first battle of this afternoon here in Germany. It will be Conor Shanahan's take on Enver Haskasab. Haskasab finally got a little bit of redemption in 2026 and got himself into the big show. But he doesn't have an easy
I don't agree with it killing FD at all. So I'm not sure. Like, I mean, feel free to expand on that and let me know. But I would argue the complete opposite. I'm not going to the James Dean Festival. I have an event in Laguna Seca that weekend, or I would love to, but it's just heard about it too late. Yeah, it was. I mean, it was there all last year. It just wasn't this year. Michael from Bali might actually still be watching. He was tuned in a little bit earlier. Yeah, I did talk about it. I mean, you're gonna have zones, which are the yellow ones, and then the orange cones are, in that case, it's like where you need to be back on throttle, and a red cone is a decel.
I got really worried because an incident like that could be enough to bend a tie rod or crank a wheel or something like that.
What a hit.
That impact doesn't look like much on the outside, but you can understand what that feels like now on the inside of the vehicle. But for Conor Shanahan, a driver with 153 battles under his belt in European, or at least at the high level of European drifting, this is nothing. Just a quick little tap and back on the throttle.
Yeah, I mean, look,
I realized I said that and I forgot about every other series he's ever driven in.
In any other battle, if he was on the door, you'd say, upset Enver Haskasab, and it kind of made him lose a chase. Haskasab not really getting himself into the mix, could have been a little bit closer.
Hey, what's up, Tom? Good. A little tired, but Didn't get a lot of sleep last night, but need to reset my clock for when I get home.
Yeah, so they're saying front wheel to front wheel contact, and Shanahan requested to see if he could get that car looked at. Obviously, yeah, so here we go. News coming in. Judges deeming Enver Haskasap at fault for the contact. Shanahan will get a...
Yeah, I mean, I think it's pretty easy to tell there's going to be some sort of Red Bull F1 connection there. The commercials all show it. Like, I don't even know who or what car yet, but there is going to be somebody or something from F1 at that event, which is cool.
3 events ago, Conor Shanahan knocked himself out of competition with a snapped tie rod.
Yeah. So maybe just a quick little reminder.
That's about the only spoiler I got. Hey, what's up from Cork?
Kind of being told what's going on right now.
I did enjoy exploring Cork last year.
He's done this before twice now. Now, 2-time champion, defending champion.
I have to go back and watch it again. I mean, which we will. I honestly don't remember.
So we see Shanahan there making his way back to.
That's why I go back and rewatch these. So.
And we can see the beautiful shots here from our drone.
Clock them, interesting.
Jacob, there's no other place in the world like it.
The run or how quick we get through it. It's usually 2 minutes for a qualifier. That's how we time it out usually. Works out pretty well.
It is just an incredible facility, and it really does bring out the best of fans and drivers and just everyone.
Yeah, certainly will. We'll see those fans filtering in over the course of our top 32.
I love that it's like the same looking guy.
This evening. Here we go. Back on the line we go. It's going to be Pavel Korpelinski to take on his spotter, Nikolai Zarkovsky. And before we send Pavel Korpelinski off the line, let's hear from the current points leader.
Not for long.
My goal for the weekend is same as going into every other round. I would try to perform as good as I can.
Yeah, so it's the Red Bull team that puts all these together. It's like 3 people do all of it between filming, interview, and editing, and they bang them out so quick. Working with Red Bull is just so much fun. Yeah, so what I've been doing for the vlogs are made it a members only thing, specifically because the algorithm is really nasty anytime I put them out. So I just put it in members, that way everyone gets to see it. It's 99 cents a month, it's as cheap as I can make it. It doesn't affect my algorithm, I can still put out my big videos, and then you guys still get it. So there's a bunch of stuff that goes along with it. If anybody here is a member, they can attest to what that's like. I try to do a ton for those people that help me out. Yeah, no worries, Tom. That goes for anybody. Like if I'm at an event, you can shoot me a message. I'm usually very, very busy between meetings, prep, getting ready and all that stuff, but yeah. Oh, it's interesting. Riga is now 4 to 5 seconds faster. I'm not shocked by that at all. We're so quick.
Look at Pavel Korpelinski. If he was nervous, you can't tell from the driving right now. He looks very calm behind the wheel, very sturdy. These are all things you're looking for. And there's Nikolai just popping through the window, and I think he just overcommitted a little bit. Yeah, really wanted to take the fight. I mean,
gotta stop saying I mean.
About things like team
bad
order.
filler.
That's not the case here. Nikolai, I mean, he's putting on a fantastic chase. He's trying to keep up with the pace of Korpelinski and cuts a bit of line through 5. And
gotten rid of a lot of fillers in the last 2 years, but I mean is still one.
He goes in for the dive.
Too much hesitation.
That's really all that happens.
Exactly that. He cut outside zone 6, went for the dive, and found himself on too far on the inside because he cut outside zone 6, and that's what's going to happen. Had to dial on the angle, slow that car down, and maybe that is the chink in the armor for Nikolai.
What's up, Savage? What's up, buddy?
As you can see, again, another beautiful lead line there for
I appreciate you tuning in. What are you doing on an early Sunday morning?
Team working hard. We can see some of Harry Kerr's team down there as well, just lending a hand and helping.
Speaking of, you and I should get a podcast done. I think that'd be really cool. I think you'd have a really interesting perspective.
He said, yeah, wheel-to-wheel contact. He felt it knock out his hand. Where do we go? Back on the line. It will be now Nikolai to lead out Pavel Korpelinski.
Yeah, I would like to see it. If you ever saw how Iron Drift King ran it backwards, it's a bit of a nightmare logistically to get cars situated, but I kind of liked it. There's not much more we can do with it though. What's up, Joe? Oh, okay, that makes sense. Where are you driving? stream's supposed to go go up this weekend. You gotta finish prepping the car. It is no, next weekend. Sorry, this weekend Seattle.
Why are you going that hard right now? There is no reason to. You could have stepped back a little bit. You know, he would have known that Mikolaj had a bit of a mistake. And you can see there from the initiation, Mikolaj going on that little bit wider of a line, which judges said, you know what, if you're going to make a sacrifice, go wide on that.
A Champions Edition one.
It's going to leave
like that.
More room for the chase driver. That's one of the biggest points that came up in the driver.
Oh, cool. That's awesome, dude. Jealous. Summit Point's like bucket list track for me to go drive. There's so many, but yeah, top 64 double elimination. I really like the layout. I liked a lot about it. One of the longest events I've ever done. 256 battles or something like that. It was wild event. But great to see all the track time people got.
I feel like we're robbed of a little bit more drama, but I mean, we are starting it off with a very tense few battles.
We certainly are. Look, and it will be very, very tense indeed. And top 16 is not going to start any easier for anybody in Ferropolis or for watching along with us this week.
No, I don't think it's a disadvantage. I think the way that James has it set up in Europe versus America is very different. They look different, the way that they move, so I would not put it as a disadvantage. Oh, Dan, if you got a spare car, let me know. Is there any events over the winter? I will be there. Yeah, I do go through comments. I've never seen anything about any bribery, anything like that. I mean, I'm with the judges a lot throughout the weekend and then during the entire broadcast. I'll tell you one thing, nobody's coming in that booth once we start. So it's not like there's any, hey, go do this, you need to do that. That's just not the case. So drivers who listen in drivers meetings do the best. That's how it is. And those drivers are usually at the very front, and it's the usual suspects that are up there. So you listen, you pay attention, you do what they tell you, you do well. That's how it goes. Man, 30 people. Jesus, sick. Well, he has to return to DMGP. I'm sure Michael would love to hear that. I would love to see it back over. Dean's Mustang is too big and heavy for Drift Masters, in my opinion, and I'm not a Dean fan. I mean, it sounds like somebody who's not a Dean fan. I don't think it's too big and heavy. I believe dimensions-wise, the Chaser is very close to that. Weight-wise, I'm not sure where it's at.
This is really, really good driving. For Garvey, I'm really interested to see this replay because I'm trying to understand where.
I'm kind of interested. I got to find more words for that.
Yeah, he does. He just.
What do you think of people shouting in comments to change mange commentator on FD? Don't think you can answer, but I'll shoot my shot. Jared's been there since day one. He has more knowledge about the history of the sport than I do, than anybody else does. He has an incredibly difficult role that he has to fill a lot of time. It's not easy. It's not a job that I could do. So no, I don't think there's. I don't think you should change him. Drama because of all the drama and the links I'm seeing shared. What links? What drama should we talk about, Dan? I got time. Like 4 hours, so might as well.
I think that's where he thrives. You know, it's that power park again, where it's tight, technical, lots of transitions, and plenty of work going on down there on that Shanahan car. Maybe a little bit more damage.
30. I think we can get more. I think we can get 100.
Which is why Connor that car looked at. Yeah, good call, good call. Yeah, we can see down there, we can see McKeever's team as well down there trying to help him out, trying to keep him calm. We're back on the line. It's going to be Dylan Garvey now to lead out Diogo Correa. Correa looking unstoppable this week.
DOD.
So far in top
acronym, I don't know.
What can
Dodd.
the Irishman do as Dylan Garvey pops that car off the line and through the gears? Nice flick to initiation as he gets that car.
Man, Garvey could be so good. Like he is good. He is like, I'm not trying to take anything away from him. He is good, but could be so much better. DOD is the GOAT.
Another point that was brought up is Mickey making sure you're maintaining angle across the line.
Every circuit at Summit Point first weekend in December. Ooh, that might work. That might work. Yeah. If you can help me find a car, I may be interested in that. That's cool. I mean, do they need a hype dude there? Happy to like work something out, drive a bit, hype some people. I don't know. We'll see. I don't think I'm at the level of fame where, you know, they're like, you gotta come out, we'll pay you to come out. And it's not really my role.
Yeah, I was just watching there, Correa, kind of where he did lose a little bit of ground and where he held off maybe a little bit, but it was the game that Garvey was playing because
sorry, I forgot where you were at, but
deep into two, Correa was, you know, in there as well, and he's like,
it's like 12 hours for you.
You can see some work down there, that picture-in-picture, and that bottom corner of your screen, you can see the work being done on Shanahan's car.
Is it really? Is that it?
Maybe a bent component on that car.
I think they replaced the tie rod because it looks like they're bolting it back in and throwing some shims in place.
Yeah, that contact with the wall quite heavy there, as you pointed out.
That might be that last little thing.
See how far Summit Point is.
There we go. This is down in the Shanahan's pits, and you can see.
It's not. Yeah, you're right. It's 14 hours. I could tow a car up there.
The pressure will be on because he will know
ooh, tempting.
is into the top 16.
First suspension looks horrible. Yeah, it wasn't great.
It's going to be Diogo Correa getting the win, advancing through into the top 16.
Yeah, Dan. Shoot me a line. Let's figure something out, man.
To Dylan Garvey, and hopefully he can contend for that 2027 Drift Masters full season.
You need to drive it.
I would absolutely love to see it.
Yeah.
Hard part is like, obviously I'm trying to make money doing this as a living. Not so much the streaming part, but in general. So going up and driving Summit Point would cost me thousands, whereas I could make a little bit of money if I went up and announced it. So I can do both. Even if I break even, that's not bad. Yeah, shoot me a line, Dan. Let's discuss. What to 40? Damn, guys, appreciate it.
Nobody's on course yet.
No, not yet. Well, it's thumbs up all around. The light goes green as Passer comes off the line and leads out. The Finnish OG won't fire into that inside zone one and down onto the wall. Oh, and it's tight from both drivers. You can see Passer was up on the wall and Ritten had given him a little nudge. He goes for a nudge.
Dwayne doesn't have an RB in his car. He's running a 2J. I believe it was a 3-liter in his old one. He hasn't gone back to the RB.
Based on qualifying, I was a little concerned with Ritten and his speed.
If you guys are new here, like I said, feel free to drop a sub. Be greatly appreciated. I don't know if the sub thing is working. I hope it is. I don't know. Find out. Oh, it's great seeing some members in here as well.
Going on at any point in time with his run. You are Ritten just a little bit further back. I mean, not further back from the steering wheel, but further back from Kevin Passer. So we'll see.
He's so far forward.
Swap it around. I do think Juha is a little bit slower, and
thanks, man. I appreciate that. It was a fun show. It was a very long weekend, but happy with the way it all came together.
Juha Ritten. Yeah, when he gets into the lead.
I think Juha Ritten in there kind of lost a little bit of ground, the transition from 5 to 6 on those last couple of outside zones, and scenes here of Shanahan on that on-board making his way back down to the start line to battle with Enver Haskasap. So it looks like we will get the second half of that battle underway very shortly. We're going to get this one finished up first. It's going to be Juha Ritten now to lead out Kevin Passer. Look how far back
I am stuck in Paris. Can't remember how you pronounce it correcly. Airport, which traditionally one of the airports I like the least. I managed to find a really nice lounge that I was able to access. Makes it a little bit better.
So some drivers will stage back to get a running start to make sure that they can keep the proximity at the run.
No, I'm not going to be at James's event, unfortunately, in September. I am doing a Grid Life event, which I booked the Grid Life series in November of last year. So can't really, it just sucks. Trust me, I really wanted to go.
Look at this, Passer does such a great job. He doesn't need to wiggle.
Really wanted to go, but
he wants to close
just not the case, unfortunately.
Pick up a few more of those chase points that he would have lost through zone 2. This is going to give you a great view. I love this overhead. I mean, I'm willing to donate to get this every single round. And as we transition out into 6, Vasseur starts. I think he made contact. I don't know that 100%.
I'm sure there was a little tag on the door.
There's no way you got that close and didn't touch the car at some point. Great job in the trade.
Oh no, what happened in Frankfurt? That sucks. That's really a pretty good airport.
Yeah, I think just a quick little nudge.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Interesting.
Yeah,
you can be fast, but if you miss zones, you're not going to win.
And it's going to be a one more time. It's going to be a one more time. Yeah.
Yeah, we're making a joke. They're like, all Laurie had to do was break his hand so he didn't break his engine.
I think that's one of those, you know, when you start to add up lead.
Am I locked in for DM next year? Nothing official. I have no paperwork yet. I assume it's the case, but until the ink has dried, I don't confirm anything. Oh, herded like cattle? Yeah, well, that's going to happen in most airports. He's got to learn to be okay with being in line.
Now, this is big for the championship. Jack Shanahan needs to beat Connor Falvey to hold on to the championship.
Yeah, Frankfurt is bad for that.
Look at this, Jack choosing to chase. First driver choosing to do so.
Yeah, Jack Shanahan opting to chase.
That was weird, Jack chase first, because Connor got into a crash and broke his subframe. So I thought he would let him chase first. Now if he broke, it would have been behind him. Just me.
My goal for the weekend is definitely get back on the podium. I'm in a really good place in the championship now. I'm in 6th position and only 5 points behind Jack Shanahan. So we're in a really good place. It's the best position I've ever been in the Drift Masters Championship. So we're going to give it absolutely everything this weekend. We can see ourselves back on the podium.
I think it's for Bertens. It's just trying to figure out the best way to win. He just gets too aggressive, and it works in Latvia for Latvian series and a lot of other series in that area. It does not work in Drift Masters. That's all it is. I'm not sure if Dave's returning. I actually don't know what the booth looks like next year, to be perfectly honest.
Look at this from Shanahan, a little shaky in the back there. Now starts to get in formation push. That GT86 up onto the door and outside zone 5. As Shanahan goes for the transition through the Smoky, disposes of some body panels. As Falvey goes to the wall, pushes it to the wall once again and across the line. That is beautiful.
That was absolutely
so good, Ian.
For Connor Falvey. That is an incredibly veteran.
Yeah, I'm not sure what Dave's doing.
Amazing to think they've never
he's obviously got options, but could still wild card. Maybe in a different vehicle. Get the low brains car going again.
On the inside line, and he's having to hold the car back. He's really
start that rumor mill.
How much he was fighting to make sure that he was in the right spot. Is I think this is our transition.
Do I think Connor's going to drive for Dean?
He is feeding that car a lot.
Probably not. I don't think so. I don't know if he's going to want to make that jump over to Mustang or how that'll work, but maybe Dean just adds another car similar to Simon. So.
It was taking bites, which we like that aggression. Oh, he took the back bumper off.
I mean, Bertens did take some grip out of the car this weekend. He looked a lot better, but just the last little things.
It's really strange. Normally he's
it takes time. It takes time, guys. Like, so many drivers that come in and just do phenomenally well on a full season.
But in this case, Jack is close through a good chunk of it.
I don't believe Dave is a shareholder in Drift Masters, and I don't believe Red Bull owns any part of Drift Masters. They just supply the live stream. No, it's fine. Questions is what it's about. Happy to answer questions. So keep them coming, guys.
You're looking at the judges.
I'm looking at the judges, and I'm wondering if they're taking a look at Falvey's lead and if he got on.
I don't think my pop-ups are working.
So they're back to the battles now.
My sub count definitely isn't working. So Omni coverage, appreciate the sub, but don't think it works. That really sucks. Yeah. Hey, you don't need to do that. I appreciate it, but it's all good. If you guys want to support, best way to do it, just become a member. That's going to be the biggest support you can do. I appreciate it, though.
Another strange start to this part of the battle because Falvey again, way back.
That's weird. It shows 4 here, but on the display it doesn't. I wonder if to reset it. That's so strange.
Does a great job of not cutting a ton of line or do anything too crazy, but that is a big detriment for Connor Falvey, who kind of had this battle. The advantage was
there it goes. Do I have to reset cash on everything?
Yeah, from the lead as well.
Yeah, which is
tough to do,
especially against Jack Shanahan.
If that's the case.
I don't know what happened with Connor. I'm not sure why the run-up did not go the way that it should have, but
yeah, I could see Falvey with the Shanahans, to be honest, before I see him with James. That's just my general feeling.
It feels like he missed a gear.
Yeah, or maybe caught off the line and maybe didn't.
Hey, there you go.
Run in that he
Thanks,
was
Twitch.
Maybe an issue with the car. Did the car
lose boost or something?
No, while you're in there, go take a look because there's a lot of cool videos that have never been publicly released in there. So I think you'll enjoy that.
Very interesting.
Yeah. Normally gets out of the car.
Connor's car took some damage in practice, and I think the subframe was the issue.
Jack Shanahan getting a win. Jack Shanahan keeps a hold of a championship fight, and now it starts to become more of a reality that he can be in the mix as we head to Poland. Unfortunately, that means for Connor Falvey, he's now out of the championship race.
Yeah, we are now down to 5 drivers still in contention. And it's going to be do or die for so many drivers this weekend.
No, I think it's his car. Fairly certain it's his car. Olsen, I think so.
It's going to be Connor Shanahan now to chase down Enver Haskasap.
You gotta remember, it's so much easier for him to do Drift Masters than it is for him to do FD.
Got that competition timeout. Deemed at fault was Enver Haskasap.
Yeah, I think you are right. That is his dad.
Back up again. Look for that green light. Enver Haskasap to lead them out, and they're off the line and through the gears as Shanahan started to creep forward. Doesn't want to let Enver Haskasap get too far away. Very close on initiation there.
Sorry, guys.
Into outside zone 2. Enver Haskasap trying to get as far away from Shanahan as possible, but a very hit and miss lead line at the moment as Haskasap gets himself into outside zone 5, and now Shanahan finds a little bit of room in the pocket to jump up onto the door, and he gives him the room on the maneuvers as Shanahan just taking a little bite outside of that X15 at every momentum. The tyre catches on fire.
Being a top driver when everything goes right. Yes, you are very right. No.
So easy in this moment to get overzealous, to freak yourself out, to get
I haven't watched Connor's new video, but I need to. Definitely need to.
We're talking about just an extra car length there for Enver to get the car situated, because you're not sure what's going to happen. You have to remember, Enver did not get hands on his car. If Connor had that kind of damage, there's a good chance that Haskasap has something similar. So, smart move there from Connor. Let Enver get out, find out if his car is even operational, then start to reel him in. Understand he's maybe not as quick as you are, but do everything you need to keep the chase close without overcommitting, without creating a situation that puts this win into question. Again, this is do or die for Connor. He needs every single win that he can get if this championship is going to still stay within sight.
Yeah, well, he needs to. I mean, look, he had to get the win. He had to get in the top 16 to keep a hold of the championship. He had to face Pavel Korpelinski as early as he could, and that high qualifying score yesterday, that P1 in qualifying was huge for him.
So I remember seeing footage of Connor's first comp years.
Would have thought Pavel Korpelinski would have qualified down in 16th, but here we are. And let's see what the judges.
It is a really cool story.
Yeah, slide him left for Enver Haskasap.
Diener Heinemann.
That's going to be Connor Shanahan taking the win, advancing through to the top 16 to face off against Pavel Korpelinski.
Oh, interesting. I didn't know that. You guys know more about it than I do. Bring back Extreme. Yeah, Connor's interview was definitely an interesting one.
I mean, don't go anywhere, because
I understand his frustration.
Many contenders still in these battles here in top 32, and this championship is just getting more and more intense.
Yeah, this is a rough season for him, but sometimes when you have those, the reset afterwards is really good.
Go back on the line to Jakob Kroll. Now, he should have been facing off against Kevin Biscolti, but unfortunately we heard news just before we went live that Kevin Biscolti lost the engine once again in that Toyota GR86 engine failure, knocking him out of competition, and no time to get it changed.
Now, they're very quick at getting these things done. They did a really speedy swap back in Finland, but just way too tight.
I'm going to set something up here for you guys really quick.
Nice buy run here from another smiley driver, that of Jakob Kroll.
Yeah, Jakob Kroll will now just take a buy run and dispose of some body panels on initiation, and our FPV drone is going to chase him around the circuit as Jakob Kroll, we know, very good at these tracks, and he'll take another run of the track and take an easier step into top 16. And we'll see the Polishman.
Yeah, it was the recaps in particular, if I remember correctly, that they were not happy about. if I understand the whole story.
Yeah, a little bit. No, I think you know what, you might as well put on a bit of a show for the fans. All you've got to do is initiate to get that buy run complete. So anything after that is now just for show, just for the fans, and a little bit of practice.
Yeah, certainly so. And he'll take that bit of practice, that bit more seat time, see how the track's feeling under the midday sun here in Germany.
How many years will there be your fastest around the USA? I think they talked about it a while ago, but I don't know. I believe James Dean just made a big mistake in the chase, if I remember correctly.
Jakob Kroll out there all by himself.
Yeah, all by himself, and we do make it official. Will be Jakob Kroll advancing on.
Yeah, he's not sticking with the NASCAR next year. I do know that.
As he gets back in his car and takes that back to the paddock, and now has to wait to battle Jack Shanahan. We're going to go back on the line. Nicolas Bertens now take on Itay Sadeh.
This is one of those battles I think flew a little bit under the radar. You and I like to discuss everything ahead of time, and we're sitting here going, I have zero idea which way this will go.
I think for me, Nicolas Bertens was questioned by the judges about outside zone 2, and it was the second qualifying run where he changed what he was doing.
Yeah.
That's not throwing on big angle out 2. And there he is, qualifies in 5th place.
Yeah, phenomenal run, phenomenal run.
Itay Sadeh, though, not an evening, really, that went his way. Looked consistent, very consistent, but down in 28th. It's going to be a tough battle for Itay Sadeh against a man in a car that is very, very fast. It's Latvia off the line in front. Through the years, but look at this. Itay Sadeh knows he...
What do you think about not letting judges converse with each other? Is not just one guy trying to convince others that the call is correct? I don't think it matters as much as what you do. I've seen events like that, and it didn't seem any different to me. So I understand where you're coming from on it, but I don't think it's as big of a deal as maybe what you're possibly thinking it is.
It is incredible to see that he has taken the very aggressive Latvian style of driving, has quelled it just a bit. It's still there. He's still full throttle. He's still doing everything that you would expect from this caliber of driver. But he's now making sure he's got tons of angle through the zones. He's not beelining at any point. This is a driver who really is growing up in front of our eyes. Itay Sadeh, though, didn't really have an answer. I think he was just trying to keep up.
Yeah.
I really do think he was just trying to keep up. Great transitions from Nick Nack. But yeah, you can tell Itay, not a ton of wheel speed there. He's finding as much grip as he can, but he is caught on the inside, and at no point does he really get a chance to fall really into the pocket. And I think, too, with Nick Nack, with that car so fast, he took that lead spot in the beginning. Those tires have been worn down now. Now that he gets into the chase with an Itay that's going to be a bit slower, he kind of has an advantage losing a little bit of that rubber.
Yeah.
The tires aren't going to be as sticky. They're going to be hot, and it'll actually work out well now that he's in the chase.
Well, let's see how he gets on in that chase. So we get the green light to go. It's going to be Itay Sadeh to lead out. Nicolas Bertens, they come through the gears up to initiation and fire those cars towards the wall. It's lovely from Itay Sadeh. It took a while to get onto the throttle, and that allowed Bertens up to the door. Look at this. Bertens now finds a side of that carbon fiber BMW as they fire door to door around outside zone 5. Bertens takes a brave move into 6, and now back on the door once again. Nicolas Bertens slipping under the radar this weekend and looks unbelievable.
He does. He looks really good. He's very controlled. We've seen him get too aggressive.
FC coming back to Stafford, all but confirmed.
It's a great lead run.
What is that spark plug problem Dean has? Large amounts of nitrous? Blows out spark plugs? 6 shipping cars to USA. Yeah, it's a massive issue.
Is that great lead run enough considering what happened in the chase? Because Nick Nack's chase is phenomenal.
Uncharted, you're not wrong.
And yeah, it's just a great run. So for Itay, you need both halves of the battle in order to move on.
Yeah, I think you're right, Jacob. I think he was a little bit outpaced in the first half of the battle, and I think you were so right saying about Bertens' tyres, you know, getting them down to 50% worn, losing a little bit of grip.
I'm going to throw this on here. Since we got a nice big European audience, if you use Free Sunday at checkout, there's going to be free shipping anywhere in Europe. I'm going to lose money on this, but is what it is. Get some merch going.
Could wriggle his way all the way through to a Final Four this evening.
Yeah, he's got a very interesting.
Yeah, I think I'll touch on the NASCAR V8s. The hard part is anytime something breaks, each part is built for that engine, right? Pistons and cylinders are matched together. So you can't interchange stuff. Who is the most skilled drivers Formula Drift or Drift Masters? Well, take a look at the top 5, and you'll see that it is both, because it's very similar drivers in both. So, oh, please do, please wave at me. Yeah, I mean, you can prefer what you want. I like that there are differences, because I think it's important that we have differences. I like that we have different things.
Simon Olsen has to back out of it, scared himself a little bit there, getting in and onto the pocket, but can he get himself back into the fight? As Alan Hines fires that car into outside zone 5, now Simon Olsen starts to get himself back in the zone as he goes for the transition to outside zone 6, and it works. As Simon Olsen wheeling away inside the car, pushes onto the door and across.
Sorry, I'm trying to do too many things at once, I know.
He did exactly what he needed to do. The judges are going to take a really hard look at what happened with Alan Hines to make sure that he did light off the tires in time, to make sure everything is copacetic. So let's see, Alan just a touch inside on that zone.
Too much.
It's going to be those cones back there that really come into play. It seemed okay. It just seemed like Simon got caught up a little bit on the float from Alan Hines.
There is a conversation about doing more international.
But then uses this transition and
ask women.
Back in the pocket. It's the best way to do it. You have to wait. You've got to be patient. You're going to understand you're going to lose a couple of zones out of it. But a great job there from Simon to make that correction. But Alan Hines,
we've doubled.
The car is so
Thank you guys.
Smooth. The setup is now dialed, and
just enjoyed watching both. I don't know why we need to have some sort of competition. No, never smoked cigarettes. Smoked the odd cigar.
Irish drifting history. You understand, if you know drifting history, you understand what the Hines name means and how much weight it carries. And that is not lost on Alan by any means. And now we're seeing what that pedigree is.
Yeah, we certainly are. Yeah, and even the relatives in the paddock this weekend, and the rest of Alan Hines' family here this weekend. And you can see he gets a thumbs up from his crew down there. We are allowing obviously 2 minutes to get back to the start line, and we said it earlier on, in really high temperatures out there, and apparently 37 degrees on the track.
Yeah, and I mean the track surface temperature is going to be significantly higher than that again.
Exactly. So there we go, back on the line, ready to rock and roll. Simon Olsen from Norway, ready to lead out the young Irishman as he sits in that chase position now.
Heinz Bergsen's call up. I have to watch it again. That's the big thing. I rewatch it to remember, because most of the time I don't. Yeah, I would like to see more Americans come over. We'll see. There's some talks. Why is Driftmaster so hard on drivers? Some of it is because the tires are so sticky that when you left foot brake, it is more visible than an FD.
He's putting everything into it to try and get it, but Alan Hines, as you said, unshakable. And
yeah, a little bit behind. We'll get there. We'll get there.
Beautiful view of exactly where these cars are on track.
Stadium events are expensive. It's the best way. It's the only way I can put it. Stadium events are very, very expensive.
Pretty risky dive there from 3 into 4, but as soon as 5 rolls around, it is the Hines show. Simon Olsen doing a great job in the lead. Very smooth arc as the smoke lingers behind them. But Alan Hines is just there at every single juncture. Man, great work. Love the correction he made. Got the nose of the car in, then decides to get the tail back around. Great way to gain the proximity and maintain it without making it look like it's a massive correction.
Yeah, it'd be cool to see him do another full season, but it's very expensive. You have to remember too, for him, getting all the merchant stuff over is incredibly expensive. With import fees, may not be worth it. There is talks of FD opening up wildcards. You're going to see something in, I can't say what, you're going to see something in Seattle that will help with that.
Only a few, though. Only a few. We got a bit of a break between these, but everyone will be back checking over the cars, hanging out with the fans. You know, just trying to relieve that stress before getting back in here when the lights go down. I mean, the lights go up. Sun goes down, lights go up, and this place just gets wild.
Well, there we go. We're back on the line in the second half of our top 32 bracket now starting to kick off, and it will be James Dean's take on Clint Van Ort, and James Dean opting to chase first.
That's another interesting one.
What do you think about the real inconsistent judging this weekend once again? Can you give me a specific, or is that just a feeling? I'm not aware of how expensive everything is. It just sucks because I think if Adam had another season of Euro car, yeah, I don't disagree. I did a whole video comparing the two. Alcatraz, I did an entire video. Go watch that. I think there's a really good breakdown as to why. It has to do with camera placement, a lot of different things.
I like the tactic. Clint it's a heads-up battle for him when it comes to the style king of Drift Masters. He's definitely well within contention, and I think Clint just a bit inside for that zone. That puts him inside for 2. And James giving him that space to make the mistake, and then it's going to be right after that transition into 5 when James starts to hunt down the Flying Dutchman. James, down in 3rd now. We're back on the gear talk.
A lot of things said here are just individual person feelings. Yeah.
Just with the V8, having to redo things a little
no, that's fine. You're allowed to have feelings and thoughts. I just, when people make accusations, I want, like, give me an example, give me a fact, and then I can look into it. But just saying, I think it's this way with no evidence of it, there's not much I can do with that.
Sacrifices outside zone 6 to dive.
He's got the fresher tires. Yeah. And I'm wondering if
it's not even just pace, it's the camera angles are lower in Drift Masters, so the cars look like they're coming at you faster. I mean, this track is not all that fast, all things considered. Still quick, don't get me wrong, but it's not as fast as what you think.
I don't think duct tape's fixing that anymore. The back of that car, it's been in the wall a fair few times.
It needs a transplant at this point.
Martin gives up. He says, well, it's probably going to be on the wall again in a few moments' time. They get the thumbs up all around. It will be James Dean to lead out the Dutchman, Clint Van Aert. Look at this from Clint Van Aert already creeping massively off the line and allows James Dean to initiate. But look at that, Clint Van Aert side by side as he fires onto the door straight away. Clint Van Aert has come out swinging in Germany as he mirrors the angle. He goes for the transition. Dean goes for outside zone 5, but Clint Van Aert has come alive in the chase. Clint Van Aert goes for the transition once again and makes it work. Clint Van Aert on the door of James Dean as Dean leads him to that final outside zone.
Il rappelle la destination de Abidjan, relève en 702, embarquement immédiat pour L26. In the final call to Abidjan, Air France flight 702, immediate boarding at L26.
I think a lot of it's pace. Yeah, I think that's a lot of it too. No commercials are big. They just didn't re-sign Ollie this year. I'm not sure why. Connor Peter battle. I edge more towards one more time, but I can understand both. Both sides of it.
For James Dean and probably a little bit nervous waiting. You know, drivers get out of their cars real quick. Oh, look at that transition from Clint. What a madman.
I mean, he had nothing to lose. It's been a year, as we say, that Clint Van Aert will say, forget about it. Forget about it. Reset, go again, come back bigger and stronger. The chase, though, against a man that's just been on form all season, that was phenomenal.
James gave him everything, though.
He did. He gave him the lead.
Yeah.
Will he go
okay.
left for Dean, right for Clint Van
Yeah,
Aert?
it's just how the broadcast goes. I do think Drift Masters does a better job of dealing with crashes. I don't think there's any argument against that. But they also bring their equipment everywhere, so different.
What we saw from Clint, it was like immediately on the door, but he used advantage which we did not allow on the briefing.
Yeah, so the hard part is in FD, they try and time it exactly so when they pull to the line, we're good to go. You will notice Drift Masters, they will ice their drivers significantly more than they will in FD.
Use advantage which he should not use. Then we can see that James was on proper position, and also Clint.
He's got to have a new car for 27. There's nothing left of it.
Like cutting the inner zone 1, which was also in.
No 5 minute. There's a lot. There's a lot.
And a couple of small other mistakes.
Like I said, I did a whole breakdown on all of it. If you want to go check it out, it's very easily titled. You'll find it.
Thank you very much, David, for clearing that up. And yeah, I mean, look, as much as I'm a fan of that side-by-side initiation, it was a risk, and unfortunately...
I do agree. I think FD needs that, or at least something. They have all their own staff that comes out. We have our own Buffalo blower now. We have a lot of stuff. I can see a crane truck being one of them, but I also don't know what the regulations are to be able to do that.
In the commentary box, why the choice to chase first?
Top secret. No, honestly, it's the heat on this track, and the track temperature is so hot that the tires are wearing out quicker in the daytime versus nighttime. So the track comes to
thanks, man.
The cars a lot
I put a lot of work into it. I had to get clearance from both sides. It wasn't to allow them to have input. It was just more, this is what's happening, so be prepared.
Points, obviously going into your top 16 battles, Pavel and Connor are potentially going to meet each other, which is looking good for you in the championship fight.
It's exciting. Many years doing this sport of drifting and seeing the way things can just turn and change so quickly. You never know what to expect, so you have to just do it lap by lap.
It'd be super cool. Yeah.
I'm just enjoying watching.
Double the audience we started with. If you haven't subscribed yet, be greatly appreciated. It means a lot. Helps a lot.
The weather is insane. I feel like I'm getting burned by the second. But I love it. I'm really happy to be in top 16, and hopefully we have a great showing in racing this Mustang RTR.
Yeah, it could be a telehandler. Those have their own problems, but the hard part is we're trying to get them back to the pits. We're not going to have a car that's lifted up in the air, hanging, go near people. So yeah, I don't know. Hats off. Sorry, illusion broken. It's in my bag. There's just no way I'm putting it on. Not today.
Quite excited about this battle. Very excited about this battle. Both of them seem very on form, incredibly comfortable at this track. Their qualifyings went well. It is just. And so evenly matched, right? It's just similar styles. It's just a very evenly matched battle, and it is probably going to be the best sounding battle of this weekend. Jason Benet's 2J just has a pop and bang like nothing else, and Zach Earl's 1,000 bees attacking.
1,000 bees. No, it's not even close to over. Not even close to over. It's not even that we don't have it in the States. It's like certain regulatory bodies won't allow it, is all it is. Oh, Zach Earl. So sad.
It's never good when they pull offline. We'll see what happens here with Zach Earl. He's still rolling. There's no trail behind him, which is always good, but the radio going off usually means someone's going to need a lift.
Yeah, we're going to get it over a headset from the guys behind the scenes here at Drift Masters, who give us all the information whether Zach Earl can compete. It will be an incomplete for him, though, on that first half of the run. So looks like all the fortune starting to fall in Jason Benet's hand. Look, I mean, if anyone needs a little bit of rub of the Irish green, it will be Jason Benet this year.
Yeah, he's just had some unfortunate circumstances throughout the season. Driving has gotten better.
Yeah, maybe. We've been working through the map to figure out how it's all going to work out. I don't want to spoil anything yet, though.
To lose out or make strange mistakes in easy battles, Benet is just cured. He's done his homework, and he's fixed
no, it's been great. I will take a smaller audience of people who are more interactive over a ton of numbers. So
if he continues on this route, it won't be long until he is.
Yeah, you could use it. You couldn't abuse it.
Well, we just see there that picture-in-picture. You could see Marco Zach Earl. Looks like he's getting that car recovered off track. He waves to the Czech fans, and I think unfortunately that might be the end of the weekend for Marco Zach Earl. Those 1,000 bees have not
the horns are back
anymore, because apparently we're hearing it's an electrical failure in the car.
It's the wrong kind of buzzing.
Yeah, and it's the wrong buzzing for Marco Zach Earl. So those bees making no more noise here in Germany this weekend.
I really like those bees. I just like different engines. It's great.
And the Czech fans instantly go quiet.
Yeah. Well, sorry guys.
Yeah.
You can find a new driver to cheer for. Maybe it's Jason Benet.
Maybe Jason Benet.
Maybe Jason Benet. You know what? If you're gonna cheer for somebody that took out your driver.
Yeah. Right. Well, there we go. Jason Benet down there on the line, receiving the news that it will be a buy run. Maybe he throws his hands
he doesn't
up.
like it either.
Yes, it is a night event. We're all night events for FD moving forward. That includes Seattle. Yeah, it's tough. I get why they should be banned, but
James Dean and Jason Benet.
Yeah.
What round?
A lot of that pace, and,
you guys can weigh in on this too. I would say Ireland is a really good one. If you're not traveled Europe a lot and you're not comfortable with, working around multiple languages, go with Ireland to start. Get your feet wet and go from there.
Yeah, well, as we get in the top 16 and move forward in competition into that Grade 8 and looking for the podium, all of that information, all of those points, and how this is starting to stack up before we head to Poland.
I don't
keeping on top of
think
because,
there are noise complaints in Vegas.
Great, is it, Jacob?
It's not amazing, but there's crayons everywhere, so we'll figure it out.
I haven't eaten any yet, anyway.
That's, you know what, I'm real happy to hear that.
Well, there we go.
Every once in a while, even I like to, every once in a while, try and throw a joke in there to stump the other one.
Interesting battle. This corner of our top 32 battle tree is very interesting, full of a lot of battles of lineups we don't really see that often.
Yeah, I went through and tried to figure out all the matchups, and there's a lot of just like only battled each other once or never battled each other. Yeah, and I mean this is one where we've seen.
How's Ireland a ripoff? What would you? You have to think someone traveling from the U.S. You got to get in flights, hotel, everything else. Ireland is. Yeah, I'm curious why you think it's a ripoff.
Good yesterday as well, but Espen Road for me, the lead line was.
I think DM is more like Japanese drifting. That I don't agree with that at all. There's lots of questioning it.
From Espen Road that he can glue it to the door, but look at this, a higher qualifier opting to chase first.
Wow, again.
Yeah, maybe taking that little bit of advice from James Dean that the track doesn't come to you.
Poland's cool. The only downside is if you are an English speaker, the entire experience is in Polish, so that can be tough if you're not used to that, you've never done that before.
David Spossop asked the question to lead first as Espen Road in that M50 turbo-powered BMW sits back. And our start line marshals just checking over, making sure all the equipment is ready to rock and roll. Spossop, visor down, a quick wipe at the brow, and the young Norwegian.
Don't agree with the comment about the judges. What one? Yeah, I agree. I agree.
See that change. Oh no, visor down. We'll see that for a lot of drivers. I spoke to a few drivers earlier on today before their practice.
Yeah, you got to remember too, it's flights, everything else, but I see where you're coming from. The ticket for Poland, how does that compare to Ireland? I have no idea. I don't look at the event cost. Hey, there we go. Thank you for the purchase.
Ooh, another fun one. I do very much like Espen's decision to chase first.
Yeah.
Maybe we start to see a bit of a shift in how this all plays out. Spossop very controlled on the initiation. Not a ton of flair here, but it sets himself up really
yeah, Latvia, like when you're there, especially in Old Town, is very expensive.
With the young Norwegian.
How they compare them to FD Japan judges. Still don't really understand what you mean.
For me, didn't push too much.
Sorry.
No. Nice transitions, some brave moves, but didn't go too far into the pocket. It was in the question, it was in the conversation, but just didn't really stamp his authority on it. And I wonder if the judges were saying, is there 10%?
Yeah, it might be a...
I think there is. You can see it just between the gap and the cars, and that's...
Yeah, maybe there's some sort of issue with my pop-up. I'll have to look into that. I had there's a product I'm looking at, and maybe it pulled from accidentally.
That is how you're going to win these battles. So I don't know if
FD Japan is a joke. Joke's a little hard. It's not where it used to be, that's for sure.
To have the word reserved in Espen Road in the same sentence.
Yeah, that doesn't happen very often.
I will agree. $20 beers. And if you're lucky, at an event.
Look at this, a nod in and on the radio, and you can see
I've seen them higher than that.
Radio to his spotter, and he'll be relaying all the information. How close was he? Also finding out that David Spossop's car is getting hot on track.
I think a lot of them are. A lot of them are. These cars are built to take the temperatures to an extent, but you have to remember they are designed in a way to give them the most amount of performance while cutting the most amount of weight.
Yeah.
So,
I have to look into that pop-up, figure out why it's pulling craft items. Something's not right. It's definitely not what they purchased.
A 30-second run, they're going to have kind of a bit of a lap of cooldown. And there's not a lot of lap of cooldown here. Some tracks, they go all the way back around. Here, they're right back into it.
Yeah,
so not a lot of time to cool off.
No, not a lot of time to cool off whatsoever. And there we go. Light goes green almost instantly as David Spossop creeps off the line. Espen Road.
Yeah, go to an event. you'll find $20 beers. It's not a scam. It's just if you're at an event, it's the only place you can get beer. Can't bring alcohol in. I sneak my own in. I don't know. I don't think there's many strokers.
To be very, very interesting for a few reasons. Trying to keep harping on drivers' meetings, but I want the audience to really understand that so much is discussed in those. And one of the big ones is that if the lead driver
that is what we've come to.
Deep into the wall and it causes an issue with the chase, that is an issue for the lead driver, and this is that situation.
Yeah, California is brutal.
Spa-Sub is, you're
absolutely brutal.
On what the lead car is doing. You're trying to get as close to him as you can, and you're not always going like, okay,
live in California. What time is it?
Is that lead driver? You're hunting for the door.
Like
and I think as
3 in the morning.
got a bit deep into that zone, Spa-Sub thankfully backed out of it at the last second because he could have completely binned the car in that section. And from there, I mean, Spa-Sub does a great job. He's closer, it looks like, through a good portion of this, even with that mistake. And for Espen, he's doing a great job through the rest of it, but that is a
5 a.m.
heavy mistake.
Damn, bro.
Yeah, certainly is.
Are you just waking up or haven't gone to bed?
Espen Road very deep on outside zone 6. Doesn't face Spa-Sub though. You can see Spa-Sub really pushing up onto the door on that front wheel of that BMW as you wait to get that decision in. Both guys take a look at the car and Spa-Sub saying there was nothing left of your car.
I was wondering, I wonder if we get a shot of the tire, see how much treads left, because that's what I'm thinking might have happened as well with Espen. Lost a lot of it.
Well, here we go, sliding left for Road, right for Spa-Sub. It's going to be David Spa-Sub getting the win, advancing through to the top 16. Look what it means to the young
yeah, I bet. We have similar sleep schedules.
Qualified yesterday, but
terrible.
Unfortunately, just didn't happen today in battles.
No, just didn't come together. So. I love it. Look at that smile. That's an award-winning smile right there. Put that on a postage stamp.
Well, we go back on the line. One of our
the hard part is it's locked in. Like the event will own it, like the stadium will own it, so they set whatever price they want. It's silly. It's a huge problem.
Opt in to lead for to chase first. Sorry, and Randalou saying, "Look, you lead first."
Yeah. See how this one plays out. Igor, amazing qualifying. His team kind of let me know everyone was just so impressed with how well he drove in qualifying. So see how that translates now.
Yeah, see how it goes as we hammer through the gears. And look at this from on board of Oliver Randall.
You guys have any other questions? Happy to answer.
Door to door with a Ford Mustang. He's unfazed by the V8 screaming. And now Oliver Randall who starts to hunt down Igor Dorenko once again as they get into outside turn 5. He'll bites out the side for Oliver Randall. Very aggressive from the Estonian driver as he puts it onto the door once again. And look at this from Oliver Randall. It's a clean lead line from Igor Dorenko, but Randall can't be shaken.
He's so aggressive. He does it in a maybe not the most clean way possible.
I thought he could have too.
Not disrupting.
Happens though.
No, right? It's just jabs. He's never thrown a big right hook. He's just constantly poking at him. Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. And it is a way of kind of winning from the chase. Because after your car gets hit 3 times and you're in the lead, you start thinking things. You're like, okay, what is going on here? Like, am I making mistakes? It's not a tidy chase from Randalou, but it is a very aggressive
it actually would have sounded incredible to have that RB banging.
He is just all over the wheel. He's holding the
who's my pick to win Poland?
The Mustangs are very fast, but
Alan
I
Hines.
think they took a bit of pace
throwing a wild card out there. He's not a wild card, but you know what I mean.
To drive, and it looks great.
No, I haven't seen anything about LB2 yet. I know it's a night race. I have no idea what the track layout looks like.
It does mean that the angle and the way that he comes to the rest of the zones changes pretty heavily as well.
It's Oliver Randall's aggression. In that chase.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't watched the DMCC live streams. I've heard they're good. I just admittedly haven't had time. Saw Josiah's video. I did watch that. Yeah, don't really have an opinion on that scenario. I don't feel like I have enough information to make an opinion. Yeah, Alan Hines is a dark horse pick.
Ooh, little tire fire there too.
Tire fire as well.
Couple little sprinkles on top of the cake. Randall, yeah, just fast. He's just so fast.
Do we need to win at Poland? All right.
don't know if there's going to be any tread left in the
Take a screenshot. If he does, I'll send you something. Okay. You have to remind me though.
Amazing job of transitioning the car, getting the decels done in the right spot.
Yeah, Hines is phenomenal. It's just they got that car back. Jack had it in Oman, and it just was not set up the way that Alan drives. And it's just been an uphill battle since, but I think they've got it mostly figured now.
You're meeting up with a competitor who's on the top of his game right now, and that's always a tough place to be. I think Igor's runs against almost anybody else in the field might have taken home the win, but I think there's a big question about which way the
I had a fan leave a comment that we talk poorly about Estonian drivers all the time, so I'm listening to this again going like, I complimented the heck out of him during that run.
Just a little highlight. It's okay. Just a little highlight. Yeah, just showing you. Just a little reminder.
Hines a win pulling, or sorry, LZ will. It's got to make it there first.
That was seriously fun. I don't think this one is.
I don't know if he's a wild card. I mean, he might have a car over there because he's sending a car. I think he's sending a car over for England.
Taking a hard look at all of these zones. I know.
Never know.
A lot of it is going to be checking where some of the decels happen to make sure they happen in the correct spot.
Yeah, I'm looking at where the judges now are looking at on their monitor, and they're looking at Igor Dorenko's lead. It looks like some scores are being input, and
well, I mean, you can't argue with his building prowess. So, good business for him too. I like it.
Looks like the score is dropping in. Who's going to be taking through to top 16? Side of left for Randalou, right for Igor Dorenko. It's going to be a one more time. It's going to be a one more time.
Yep.
Oliver Randalou shakes his head. He's like, okay, let's go again. Dorenko probably full. It wasn't his.
It would be so loud to have that big block car in the stadium. That'd be crazy.
What happened on the initiation in the first run, where Oliver was having huge trouble on the initiation itself. He was almost not having any angle. He needed to reinitiate, and we call it as a minor straightening. So that is.
Yeah, Matt Field see it in Poland. That would be interesting. Never know.
But this was like really huge mistake.
I think there might be, because they've done one they're doing one in Seattle, so I think there might be a Night Lights in Vegas. I can see it. I can see it happening.
First corner, and Igor was like really far away from the beginning, and that was also contact that I was on 5. So really big mistakes from both drivers on the chase position. So what we said, it is the most fair. Send them one more time, clean it out, and show us better drifting.
Well, there we go. Okay. Well, no one's sad about seeing more drifting.
Nope. That's one thing. I really like that that explanation, because I think from a quick glance you would go one way, and got to remember that zone is so aggressive for both drivers.
I don't want to do that event in the rain at all. Not even a little bit. Not even a little bit.
Let's hear from the Polish superstar.
Now I'm feeling ready to battle, honestly. This round is a great battle for sure, because everybody are going.
Megamart is sick. I got to go a couple years ago. It's a ton of fun.
You're pretty much
kick out that David class. Why?
Approach for this round is really
give me a reason.
Staying in a comfort zone, you need to push yourself to the limit if you want to achieve great results.
It's an interesting statement. As anybody who's watched me before knows, I don't work on thoughts and feelings. I work on facts. You can explain to me why David Glass needs to go, and all ears.
Focused and nervous as he sits on the line, ready to take on Peter Wiensek, the former champion, as they come off the line. That 1,000 horsepower A90 Supra swings into gear as Harry Kerr fires that BMW down. A little wobble, and that car jumping around. But now Harry Kerr having to get himself in the fight. But look at the pace from Wiensek, and Harry Kerr knows that car's fast.
His placement's so good. So good.
Now starting to find the grip, starting to find the side of the A90 Supra. It's a beautiful transition from Harry Kerr out back as they get it into outside zone 7. Kerr looking for the door and across the line.
Is it due to smoke? No, it's if it's raining, they have to close the roof, and then we can't have smoke.
That is what you need to be a champion. That is why he's a multiple-time champion, is because he can do that, and that is exactly what Piotr did in this battle. He is quick through every single part of it, as you can tell by Harry Kerr not being able to keep up the pace. He still has a ton of angle. Look at this. As he comes through 4, he's absolutely perpendicular to the wall, and then through 5, he's got a great deal of proximity without overcommitting. So there's a reason why Piotr has the records he does. His stats card is completely stacked, and it's because of things like this. Harry Kerr, it is just a tough battle. You go into it, you know when you're going against Piotr, it's going to be a rough battle, and he did everything he could, for sure. Just the pace of the Supra, even at angle, is incredibly difficult. Although, Piotr did unwind that car at the very end. That is another point, a big point that came up in that driver's meeting. Watch here. He's got angle, but we'll see.
We'll see.
That's a little opening there.
Well, it certainly is a big one for the championship either way, because Peter Wieniawski will know that both the Shanahans and James Dean are in the fight, and so is Paweł Kopoliński. Look at this from Wieniawski as he stares down and looks for the initiation of Harry Kerr, as Harry Kerr now puts it into the outside zone. Contact between the two guys. Sandwiched between the wall was Harry Kerr as he now fires into outside zone 5. Peter Wieniawski gets himself back into the mix. Wieniawski looks for the transition, always takes a front end off the Supra once again as Harry Kerr now squeezes the throttle, looks for that final outside zone. Wieniawski in the pocket and across the line.
This is going to be big on the initiation because I do think that this really comes down to what happened and when drivers are getting on throttle coming out of 2. So that's going to be a very large part of this entire thing. So let's take a look here at Harry Kerr. And it's going to be where he's back on throttle. And it looks like he's lifting again right before he goes into 3. And you cannot be decelling there. You've got to be back on throttle about half. You can float the car halfway through 2, but you cannot decel again. You've got to be back on throttle. So I think that's really just what happened there with Harry. I mean, they continued on the battle. Piotr there, look at the little knock. Back on, grabs the handbrake, gets the car back out on angle. So, yeah, you can tell Harry's just completely lost all smoke through that section. And then the rest of this is just trying to fight for scraps and try and pick up points and hope that Piotr makes some sort of massive mistake in the chase. But unfortunately, it just did not happen.
Yeah, interesting. See the judges having a conversation about that one as well. I'm probably going to have to go to David Kalas after the decision drops in to see how they deem that, because I doubt it'll be the last time we'll see that either. That's for sure, as both those guys are out of the car having a quick chat about that battle. And both smiling, that's for sure. Slight left for Wieniawski, right for Harry Kerr. It's going to be Peter Wieniawski. Win, advancing through to the top 16. David Kalas, if we can, we're just going to quickly have a word with you. Contact down in outside zone 2. I'm coming to you for the
hopefully that is better.
See that more,
okay, we're back.
This evening.
I hope we will not see that more in this evening, but yeah, this is what happened. Those cars so much gripped up that it is very easy to coming from 2 to 3.
Really enjoy the media. Came out of Germany. I think FD and Drift Masters aren't equal now. Supplemental content, but I do really like Kevin's Corner. I do like Kevin's Corner. Super commendable how Jacob is dedicated to the sport. Yeah, thanks. It's my job, so I take my job very seriously. I always have. They did connect to my phone. That's what it was.
For what could potentially happen later on.
And to define understeer a little bit, for those who don't know,
my notepad or Class's notepad? I have checked out Class's notepad. Over class. We're getting back up to 50. I think people are waking up.
That is understeer.
Morning, everybody.
Stands earlier on in the paddock. Juha Puutalakso in this BMW. Gearbox problem.
Try not to bug too much, but if you guys are new here, just hitting subscribe real quick means a lot to me. Helps a massive amount, and it literally takes 2 seconds. So if you want to become a member, you can. There's a ton of content that you get. There is the Discord as well. There'll be a link down below. If you're not in the Discord, you're missing out on behind-the-scenes stuff, updates on stuff that I don't talk about anywhere else. Yeah, just try and support wherever I can. It is a separate Discord from the podcast. Podcast is FD's. This is my own. So, very different. Worst judging weekend in a long time, it seems, from social media. I think you open any event from any drifting event ever, and you open social media and you're going to see that. So if there's specifics, I'm always happy to hear it, but it's a general feeling. You can have all the feelings you want, but it doesn't mean I have to agree with them. Do you have any favorites from all the previous rounds you've watched? Flock was really good. I enjoyed watching Flock. I think it was just top level, early rego. It was fun to watch. And then just events that I never went to. Sweden, Hungary. I just enjoy seeing those because I just wasn't there. So I unfortunately never get to be there.
Mechanical damage reared its ugly head in the lead, and for Mika, seemed fun, seemed relaxed. and he's just in a very great spot when it comes to his performance this week.
Keski Corpi versus Butalacso. Of the battle? Yeah.
Not taking too much out of it. You know, at the beginning, just trying to reel in Butalacso and just really trying to find the wheel onto the door.
Thankfully now I have a really good database I'm working off of, so it does cut down on a lot of my prep work, but I don't want to be beholden on data that I didn't hand curate, if that makes sense. The data is all accurate, but when you research it yourself, it's in your head. When you don't, you have to read it, and that's very different. I don't actually know. I haven't received the schedule for Drift Masters at all. I have seen FDs. I don't have Drift Masters. I could text and ask. How'd you get in with Sex Days team? I figured since my sleep schedule isn't ever going to be good, I might as well. I had a YouTube channel before this one that got fairly big for the time, and we were creating content, and they needed a media person, so they asked me to be their media person, and the rest is history. I mean, I owe a lot to them. A massive amount. Funny enough, my company logo is still on their HUD, which I love. They did it completely for free. They just did it. And that means a lot. Udon's crash was mental.
It just looks in a good place. It looks on form. Yeah,
looks fun.
It looks like he's let the hair down.
Oh, dangerous.
Dangerous.
Very dangerous. Yeah, we'll see how this form continues if he gets the win here, but it's just very clean, right? You look at the front wheels, you're not seeing them jumping around.
Yeah, it's very Alan Hines-esque.
Yeah, that's a very, very good comparison. He's smooth, he's on throttle through transitions. Like, the car looks easy to drive. It's so easy to fall in the pit of, I want as much grip as I can find. Mika just did not.
Yeah, Riga's great. I just love that every track provides something a little bit different. It just makes the season feel complete. Who are two FD drivers you'd love to see in Drift Masters? Osmo, for sure. If we're going past, I'd like to see Denofa go over. We're looking current.
Happy but sad.
Yeah, exactly that. Well, there we go. They are happy, and Mika Keski-Korpi is happy, and he's down there.
Let's go with Cole Richards.
With Mika Keski-Korpi, who looks absolutely on form this weekend.
Never been to Japan, watched their different series. I've watched D1, I've watched FD Japan 1 and 2. Never been to Japan though. I was supposed to go this fall, unfortunately it didn't really work out.
Last two races I had some issues with the car, and now I think we have finally sorted out those. So
Best hair and Drift Masters? I think so. Either that or Stall Sub. Two very different hairstyles though.
He will go 100%. Super fun.
That absolutely looked like fun. Congratulations. We'll see you in your top 16.
Thank you.
Guys?
Thank you very much. Yeah, I mean, look.
Yeah, I'd like to see them over in Japan too. Are there any outstanding wild cards you remember this year? Ooh, that is a tough question. Can't remember his name, the gentleman with the GT. That is going to be a big one. Igor as well. You can see his advancements from Spain onto this. So.
From Finland. For me, McKeever yesterday qualifying was just spectacular.
Yeah, it was.
Rock's Energy guy, yeah, Fraser Gosbell. I've been watching when Gale Rovenbero. Yeah, that was a cool time.
For sure. He knows he's got a man behind him that's super consistent as well. Look at this, as you see a Sunma just a
bring him a banana. Okay.
To us and to the start line, Marshall Martin as he bangs that car into gear. They get the
OD be cool too.
McKeever to lead out Timo Sunma for spot top 16. A nice initiation from McKeever as he fires.
I will not be at James's event. I will be at Laguna Seca for a Grid Life event that weekend, unfortunately. Yeah, Cali was incredible. Absolutely incredible.
Dwayne is going to be a tough competitor. He is looking so good here.
Yeah, I don't know. I actually don't know if he's in Poland. I did ask. Didn't get any info about next year. I don't know if I'll get a response though.
It's amazing they found more bits and pieces to be able to assemble that thing after qualifying last night. And Dwayne just does such a great job at knowing the limits of any vehicle that he's driving. And that's exactly what we're seeing here. For Asunma, it's a solid chase. It's just very difficult to keep up with the speed of Dwayne, as well as how fast he transitions, as much angle as he throws on.
Also, Bakshi's Matfield. Well, Matfield's got an info already.
And the one thing I thought was really neat.
Thanks, man. It's the content I would want. Yeah, it's just the content I would want as a fan.
Right there. I don't know if they caught.
Ooh, Korpolinski already sick. Agreed.
But Asunma just
That'll be mental.
A big correction, but a very difficult correction to make.
Yeah.
He pivoted the front end of that car so hard.
Stayed in it as well. It's only for the fact that Makiva was up and gone, but Makiva's shallow on outside zone 8, not on the wall as we expect. So you can see there. And that is the father of Dwayne Makiva's better half.
Oh, okay. You know the whole
family. Been around.
Yeah, I think Makiva slows down his talking when he talks to me, though.
I thought you were saying him. I'm like, sir, how dare you?
No. Well, there we go. Back on the line. Looks like
Yeah, Zombie would be really interesting to see. I agree with that. I don't know a ton about him, but I've seen enough driving to understand that something with speed would be nuts. Nick Knack coming over would be good. I think Nick Knack would do better in FD than he does in Drift Masters. I think that car on a slipperier tire is actually better setup.
Up into the wall for outside zone 7 on the front wheel across the line.
Ooh, this is difficult. This is really, really tight. I mean, you would have seen that lead run from Dwayne and just been like, okay, cool. Well, this is going to be let's start planning the parade. But Asunma said, not yet. Let me throw down in the lead. Look at Dwayne, a ton of handbrake to try and get this car situated, and it shows you what this looks like in the car. That is such an amazing view to give you an idea of how close it feels. Even though Dwayne still has a little bit of proximity he could have picked up there, not much. But Asunma,
it's funny hearing
very stable.
My cadence at the beginning and how it improves later on. I feel like I need to warm up a bit more to try and get a better speaking cadence.
Having the car set up that way means that the transitions can be really snappy because you can get all the
Yeah, it was built for FD. That's what I mean. Like, I think that car is too aggressive in Drift Masters.
Chase for chase. This is a real tough one.
Oh, look how close he is there. Yeah, glued to the door. There was Timo Asunma nowhere.
Yeah, the tire difference is massive. Can't even express how different it is. You can still see the FD banner from inside the car. Oh, interesting. I run 235 fronts, 200 tread wear, and then I run 265, 420 tread wear on the rears.
The gentleman will be back to fly the flag here in a few hours.
He certainly will be back in a few hours' time to fly the flag for.
235 rear might be. You'll be alright. You'll be alright. I prefer a bit wider of a tire. A few reasons, but.
Up there in 11th place, and as you can see, the Polishman absolutely dialed in, focused on the zone. Timo Asunma, Jarkko Uhlir. Visor up, staring at the back of that GR86, that B58 powered GR86, waiting for the crack of the tyre off the tarmac as they fire through the gears and down to initiation. And look at that, from Jarkko Uhlir onto the rear wheel already as he now.
Yeah, I mean, you can dial the grip out of the car. Like, an FD setup car with a Drift Masters tire would be undrivable. I mean, they're not on slicks, they're just on very soft compound. I actually think slicks would be an issue in drifting, because the gases wouldn't be able to escape properly.
Mesdames et messieurs, votre attention s'il vous plaît, ceci est une annonce nominative sur le volet France 1754 à destination Belgique. Nous invitons Monsieur ou Madame Benabas, Monsieur ou Madame Benabas, Anna, est invité à pouvoir présenter en porte L27 pour un embarquement immédiat. Merci. Ladies and gentlemen, attention please, this is the native of the L29 17 to Algeria. General, we invite sorry, Mr. or Mrs. Bernadette Salah. Mr. and Mrs. Bernadette Salah, you are permitted to visit at gate L27 for immediate
It's just very clean, very heads up, high level battle from two incredible competitors.
Yeah, I feel like
so I run, depending on track temp, is a big one, but anywhere between 20 to 40 psi. And that's at the FE or the Orlando skate pads. Yeah, FD tires are done in 2 runs as well, though. So, but you set the car up, so you only get 2 runs out of it.
You can't be that far back.
I think they have to be up to the cone.
Yeah, they have to be within touching distance.
I might get up, run to the little boys' room, and grab a snack quick. So, be right back. Feel free to drop comments, whatever else, but I'll answer when I get back.
Really starts to put the onto the young Finnish driver as they transition to outside zone 5. Jakub Brzezowski is absolutely glued to the side of Jarkko Uhlir as Uhlir deep into the zones. Finds that car through, body disposed of. Brzezowski's on a mission this weekend here in Germany. It's absolutely phenomenal.
I love this version of Kuba. This is my favorite version of Kuba. Is just aggression, and maybe it's just being feisty, wanting to get in there, wanting to take this battle. And what's so tough about battling Jarkko is when you transition, you have to fall back an extra, 30 centimeters more than any other driver that you're driving against. And Kuba kind of uses it to a bit of an advantage, knowing the back end of that chaser flexes quite a lot. And you'll see it here when we get into the transition. I feel like you can hear me smiling because I love this type of battle where two drivers just go head to head and really just don't care what the cars look like when everything is over. So great job from Brzezowski. There we go. That is that transition. Absolutely destroying front and back of their respective vehicles. Kuba taking a tighter line through 5 to try and keep up with Jarkko.
Listen,
there it is.
I hate to kick the door down and ruin the party. Contact, looking back at it now, between Brzezowski and Uhlir was too much.
You think so?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm just gonna say, I hate you.
I know.
You got a real good party going on over here. On an invite. Just saying, looking back at the replay, I think it was too heavy.
I hear you. Kuba was just battling to try and keep up with Jarkko. Uhlir was very fast. Had to cut a bit of line on it, but great transition.
Well, who is going to get the win? It's going to be Jarkko Uhlir. Jarkko Uhlir, the win advances through. I'm just looking at David Kalas. It was the Conti, and he's right, Ian, and he's saying, look, Jacob's got a good party over there. It looks like a real good party, but unfortunately, the cops are at the door and shut you down. Yeah, I mean, if you watch the front wheels ever so slightly, you could see Jarkko Uhlir had to stall on the wheel. Transition done. It did upset the line.
Oh, for sure.
Sorry, Jacob.
No, it's okay. All right, back to a one more time.
Yeah, one more time battle between Kevin Vasseur and Rittinen. So we're going to fight back to the first half of our top 32 bracket. We've got one more time battle to go. We wrap up our top 32 here at round 6 of Drift Masters. You can see in the car, absolutely in the zone, gets that anti-lag button fired on, and he takes on a very on-form Juha Rittinen. Juha Rittinen, look at that, the double fist pump, the thumbs up, car into gear. And these guys, well, they've worked in that first battle. What will we see here as they go at it again? And then one more time, it's a nice addition this time from Kevin Vasseur as he fires down, but he's very shallow on outside zone 2. Maybe gripped up that this time as he stands on the accelerator. Juha Rittinen in the fight, the transition really beautiful, but he checked up a little bit in outside zone 5. Can he get it back now? On 6, he's on the inside of the circuit. Once again, Juha Rittinen needs to find the rear wheel, and he does, and Vasseur goes to the wall across the line.
So it feels very similar to what we saw on their first set of battles. A Vasseur that's incredibly fast, and a Juha Rittinen who's doing everything he can to try and keep up. Although I will say, Juha did seem quicker. It does seem like he maybe dropped a couple of PSI out of the tires, a little bit of bar, but yeah, Kevin Vasseur. There's a few spots in here where you can see gets on throttle, and the car just starts to beeline from one zone to the other, and it does mean if you watch Juha, he's got to hold up and let to get by, and then he can go and dive back in again. So we'll see how the judges really start to dissect this. I think Vasseur, similar, just wanted more speed out of the car, tried to outrun him, bit of a mid-line transition there, and Juha had to be held back. So he didn't make contact. So it's scrappy. It's definitely scrappy.
Yeah.
But there's Juha having to cut a lot of line to catch back up again. So both of them need to clean some things up.
Well, it looks like there may have been a tyre fire down there on the back of Kevin Vasseur's car.
Oh, they caught at the very end too.
Oh, here we go.
I think they made contact at the finish line.
Okay, yeah, so we're just hearing from in our headset, yeah, and we're looking at the judges' monitor as well. Juha Rittinen hit Kevin Vasseur over the line. Juha Rittinen deemed at fault. Just going to see if Kevin Vasseur wants to get that car checked out, and yeah, the judges' replay kind of showing that right now, and yeah, there we go. We can see Kevin Vasseur making his way off circuit. He is going to get that car checked out. Yeah, I was just going to jump back in and say it was a scrappy battle between those guys. It wasn't the cleanest lead we've seen from Kevin Vasseur, and it felt like it was holding it back. This is the contact.
It's going to be right here.
See, watch this. Boom.
Yeah, and as they cross the finish line, that's, you know, they're supposed to finish the run at angle. And there is where you see that contact. Now, thankfully not. Doesn't look like any sort of DB'd or big impact there. Juha, fortunately, hopefully just taking it all to the bumper.
Yeah, Juha Rittinen won't be able to get hands on the car, so we'll just be asked to go down there and park up at the back end of the circuit. We'll get our other one more time battle warming up, and that will be Oliver Randlew to take on Igor Dorenko. So those guys warming tyres down there. Now you can see behind that machine, I don't know the name, but you do, Jacob.
On that one,
from memory,
come on. From memory?
From memory, come on.
It's not Medusa. I had this all wrong. Man, listen to all the papers.
Mosquito?
No, Mosquito's the one we're under. Gemini's the one on the other side. I can't remember.
You failed me.
It's in my other notebook. It's in my other notebook.
I knew you weren't prepared, and I thought I'm going to test him. Was you doing homework last night? No.
I was up pretty late. Mad Max.
Mad Max.
There it is. Oh,
okay. Found it. Mad Max.
Yeah.
So that is where the tyre warming area is, behind Mad Max, down there on the back end of the circuit.
27 meters tall.
Oh, he's got all the facts now. He's got his paperwork in his hand.
Listen, my memory's good, but there's limits to everything.
Well, here we go. Our Starline Marshal Martin down there, just giving a quick check around Igor Dorenko's Ford Mustang RTR. And Dorenko, quite surprised by the one more time, knows that Oliver Randlew is a heavy hitter in Drift Masters, been on the podium before, and Randlew would love nothing more than to get himself back into that spot. Look at this, fully focused, not even acknowledging the camera. Car into gear as the M50 Turbo BMW E46 now tries to chase down Igor Dorenko.
Randlew again.
Lower qualifier, asked to lead first. Oh, a big understeer there from Oliver Randlew. Has to get himself back into the mix. Dorenko fires into outside zone 5, and now Randlew starts to hunt down the side of that Ford Mustang as they transition to outside zone 6. Look at this, Randlew knows he needs to apply the pressure, and he does. Tags the door of the Mustang as they go for the final zone across the line.
Yeah, I think we got to take a hard look at zone 1 again and where Randlew decided to initiate, because you know, judges made it quite clear. We asked for that explanation, and they gave it. So let's take a look. I think that's better. I think he actually got the initiation done at the right time. It's just on the edge of being late, but that is a massive understeer. Yeah. Oliver Randlew, that car did not want to rotate, and then you know immediately when the car does that. So yeah, it looks like Randlew got it, and then what happens here? He locks him up. Getting a lot of eyes on this, which is good.
Yeah.
I think Igor's got the left foot brake going. He's on throttle. He's still coming around the zones. I didn't see a massive change in speed through there. And then from there on out, Randalou's just
No
trying
idea.
to battle back, because you're going to know that that's a massive mistake.
Yeah, you can see Randalou then a little desperate to get himself into the mix, try and jump onto the door, and you see that tag on the door after outside zone 6. A beautiful transition. He kind of creeps up onto the side. Look at this, boom, bumps onto the door straight away.
Yeah, audio is going to be a bit low.
Glued there across the
So I'm just trying not to, I'm in an airport lounge, trying not to be rude and yell.
Mistake from Oliver Randalou outside zone 3. The judges, well, we know have been having a look back at the replay.
It's a good question, Romo. Normal civilian. Scheduling my day at bare minimum by the hour, if not on days I need to be very productive, down to every 15 minutes. So get hyper scheduled and you'll realize how much time you have. Even if it is 15 minutes of, right now I'm going to do, load the, like, the other thing too is like time, how much time it takes to do stuff. Like, loading the dishwasher takes 5 minutes, if that. Is it really that big of a deal?
Now he makes a mistake as Randalou goes wider and fulfills more of his own than Igor Dorenko, but Dorenko's back into it once again. He's glued to the door of Oliver Randalou as they flex body panel.
Yeah, I ended up building my own productivity app because I couldn't find anything that actually truly did what I needed it to do. If it is slightly more consistent, it'd be amazing. I agree. I agree. So many drivers would be so much better, but consistency is the hardest thing. Easy to be aggressive.
See how that ends up playing out, but opting to really
That's always the hardest part.
make sure that Oliver Randalou is not able to get away, and Randalou starts to already. Igor there, yeah, that's a big hit.
Where are we at? 36. We're at 50. I don't know what happened. Just not entertaining enough.
Heavily, and we'll see that again. Sparks fly as that Mustang then powers back through. It's the best. I mean, it's one of those situations. Just throttle down and just try and stay back in it. And watch this a couple of times.
Yep, that was the first event I ever did with Drift Masters when he won. Him, Ite, and who else is on the podium?
Natural instinct is to try and correct it. And the best thing you can do is just put your foot down and hope for the
I can't remember who took third.
And as we get through the rest of this now, Oliver Randalou, a ton of angle coming through 5, really feeds it on. Gets a
I feel like that's something I should know.
immense amount of angle at the end of this. Look at this. Look, he's adding. And then gets the transition done really quick.
Such a brave transition.
There you go. Back into 44. Awesome. Yeah, if you guys have questions, feel free to drop them. Happy to answer whatever, if I can.
So much to look at. There's mistakes from both of them in very similar places. The proximity from both of them looks great. I think it's going to come down to a few little spots here and there.
Yeah, and here we go. Slide left for
Me.
Randalou, right for Dorenko. It's going to be Oliver Randalou.
You were on the podium?
Estonian taking the win, advancing through. And mistakes from both guys, not the cleanest. Oliver Randalou getting the win,
Seed.
advancing through into competition.
Right there. So if you are interested in picking up some merch, website is jacko13.com, and I'll have free shipping anywhere in the world to buy something.
And it seems it wasn't, because he is already back there, ready to go. So I don't believe, judges, you can take a look quick, I don't believe that would have had much of a judging impact on the run, because it happened after the finish line. Just happens to be a, can I work on this or not? Just the contact after that wouldn't.
I was talking to class, I forgot to mute myself here.
There we go, we're back on the line, and Jacob's going to quickly chat to the judges.
Like that, it is not that big problem if it is happening after the finish line.
I did something that you're never supposed to do, but get it.
If it is between the runs, because that can affect the car. Let's go.
Right, there we go. So here we go, we're back up on off the line. It's
Yeah, that was a bad idea.
to lead out. Kevin Purcell as they fire into that second outside zone. It's clean from both of these drivers, and now Purcell starts to find the door. It's a brave transition into outside zone.
Love to try and hit our sub goal or our member goal before we wrap up. Members, 99 cents a month. That's it. Tons of great videos already in there. This round, I show you how the in-car cameras work. Got a full tour of what's inside the box and how the whole thing operates. If you're interested. Brett, good morning.
That's fine. I mean, it meant he had a spectacular qualifying. It was so beautiful.
Not working night shift.
Just the speed is not there against a Kevin Purcell who consistently.
Have you ever had a different opinion on the outcome of a battle in spite of the judge's reasoning for the conclusion? Not often. Not often. If I have questions, we'll usually ask them on air. Every once in a while we don't get to, and I'll ask them separately, and the response 99% of the time I agree with. So, subbed, appreciate that, 8-6. Wonder why it hasn't popped up.
Because you know it's going to be clean, you know it's going to be a great chase run.
Eventually the YouTube connection thing is not working again. Streamlabs really bugs me, to be honest with you. Like, really bugs me. I need to get rid of it. Because, like, my mini feed doesn't show it. Which is frustrating.
You know, does miss the zone.
Thank you.
Doesn't need to be in the zone to make that shortcut, make that dive onto the door.
Yeah, he kind of just waits a beat, gets on the power, slingshots the car in, and then settles it. So it's not an easy thing to do, and he makes it look very easy.
Well, here we go, slide left for Rin, and it's right for Vasseur. It's going to be Kevin Vasseur getting the win and advancing through into the top 16. Unfortunately, we say goodbye to Juha Rin, and you can see very dejected as Juha Rin.
Streamlabs setup again. I need to get rid of it. I'm just gonna code my own at this point. I'm kind of tired of dealing with it. Doing a lot of work. Appreciate people subbing, and then FD came to Vegas, yes, many years ago. The year off the top of my head I don't remember, but I will know it before the event.
Is our top 32 done and our top 16 set.
Wow. Well, my favorite
part of
today is taking a look at what this looks like. So.
Yeah, well, here we go. This is it. It's going to be the biggest battle of
the briefings are available publicly, if I'm not mistaken.
Our top 16, Shanahan versus Korpelinski, fresh out the gate, fresh in top 16. Those two guys go at it for the championship, and then after that we have a whole host of.
I mean, Streamlabs is OBS, but I know what you're saying.
Yeah, Dwayne McKeever versus Jarkko Euler.
Yeah, so many, and staying on the championship side of things, James Dean, Jason Benet, both of them, having a couple of small mistakes here and there, but look on form. Jack Shanahan, Jakob Kroll, another one, but Piotr Vincek sitting in second place right now, taking on Mika Keski-Korpi, who looks insane.
Yeah, a very, very on form Mika Keski-Korpi this weekend that could take down anybody, that's for sure. Well, there we go. That is our top 16 set at round 6 of Driftmasters here 2026 in Germany. Ferropolis, the Iron City. Well, the sun is still shining. And when you join us in a few hours' time, we'll be in the darkness. But before we say goodbye, we're going to hand it down to Becky, who's trackside. Becky.
Guys, that was an absolute scorcher for our top 32 there. It is melting out here. We're seeing track temps scorching. But we're about to head into our top 16. Our drivers can relax for a couple of hours, get a bit of a break, maybe go for a swim.
I like it. I think drifting has gotten so close now that we need something. We need something to make it easier on the judges, because it's too wild now.
And the first battle that we're about to see is Pavel Korpelinski versus Connor Shannon. It's not something that you're going to want to miss.
I don't know if that would fix it. Having all that, I don't know if that would fix it. To find out what happened to Dean and Benet. Yeah, that was me rewatching it. All right, let's jump over to let's go. News work. Of course, no history, no. Packing up to leave. The Airbnb right now, heading back to the Speedway. We shoot media at the clinic today. Oh, cool. That's awesome. Yeah, I hope everything went well. I didn't get a chance to watch it, obviously. Monster has a very good thought on that. I think we know from several situations that people make feeling sacks. So. Yeah, that's good. When this comes on, Ian and I are both in the booth just doing this. Do you like that song? I'm saying judging is wrong, but the biggest problem is people don't understand decisions. We don't make it. I agree, it should be as clear as possible, but everybody loves how fast the show is. Would you like it if we took 2 minutes every single battle to have an explanation? Would you like it as much?
Top 32 was hot. It was hot and heavy.
It was very hot and heavy.
It certainly was. The temperature on track reached maximum, but now the sun has set in Germany.
I'm trying to diagnose the issue here. I get one more person sub, and let me know if it's a new one, so I can verify some stuff.
In the history of the sport, it's never been this tense at this point in time in the season, and all of it is to set up our next round. But a lot can go
Friday Night YouTube channel getting 200 subs that thick. I'm sure Jimmy helped with that, but either way, that's phenomenal.
Where we head to the final round of Drift Masters in 2026 at the Pegay Narodov Way, and that is where we've been. This is where we are.
Yeah, I agree. That's with anything, though. That is with anything, not just the sport.
To the Red Bull Drift Masters finale under the lights inside that stadium with 55,000 people, where we will crown our 2026 Drift Masters champion. But who will it be? Because the top 5 contenders for that championship are still in it. They can still do it. They're all in the mix. But tonight we will lose or change that championship as we move through our top 16.
What just happened?
Look, when we went to Riga, it was unbelievable.
And here we go. These are your contenders. Paweł Korpelinski currently sitting on top, and this is the first of many steps towards the top of that championship. Next up, Piotr Vincek. I mean, making some tidy
need an FIA style document that goes over each incident.
Absolutely unstoppable.
We can, but it would slow down the show so much, or unless we do it afterwards.
James Dean was doing the same right there against Clint Van Ott. Paweł Korpelinski got himself into the fight.
I could do that. It's actually not a bad idea. That sounds like I don't know if they'd make it public though.
From such a heartbreak in the middle of this championship.
Yeah, and alongside him is his brother Jack, who is
good job, Strep. You'll remember that forever.
Still in contention, can play disruptor, can just change the entire outlook of this entire season here tonight.
It certainly can. Well, this is a top 16 we have coming up this evening for you here in Germany. That first battle is a big one. Paweł Korpelinski versus Conor Shanahan for a spot in the Great 8. This is what we're talking about. Korpelinski claimed more in Riga, but Shanahan now in Germany is fighting back. The man that won this event last year here in Germany could do more damage.
Yeah, it's a massive night, and you have to remember, I mean, Jack Shanahan, Jakob Kroll, fantastic, James Dean, Jason Benet. Benet has been as fast as he's ever been. Piotr Vincek, Mika Keski-Korpi. Mika, we keep saying in one practice.
It's a very different business structure between FD and something like Monster Jam. Monster Jam owns most of the trucks, so that's why it is so much buy armor.
Can he take down a very on form Peter Vincek this evening here in Poland? Well, it's going to be
yeah, it'd be interesting to get those documents. Just, it's not as many people doing this as you guys think. Like, it's not like it's a massive team. Why wouldn't it be public? Just more cost. Yeah, you have to have production people. You have to have camera people. They're there later. It's not, you know, you gotta remember that you're not just a dude with a cell phone. Like, your team's microphone. You have to set up an area to do a press conference. There's a lot.
And there's Conor Shanahan. No pressure. He's done this before twice.
Yeah, it's just it's like burnt peanut. This is the AI version of me without the hat.
It wasn't feasible in Finland when he knocked himself out of competition. A very injured Jack Shanahan there. He, if you haven't heard, has injured his ankle. Still fighting through. Still trying to keep that championship alive. And this man also as well.
Judges, drivers can ask judges for their notes after the event.
God knows
So,
how many number
all there.
But there we go. We're going to take a look at the championship points after qualification. And this is how it was standing earlier on today. Paweł Korpelinski, 382 points. Don't forget, at the end of this evening, we'll have a revised championship standing with all of the points added up over the weekend.
Yeah, I love it. It's like Irish bias or Polish bias. It doesn't, depending on how it goes, even though there's no Polish judge or Irish judge on the panel. So, people are going to do that, though.
Up to date on how this all rolls out and what each battle means.
People are going to do that.
Championship implication, but yeah, just an incredible night.
Yeah, well, this is a special track and a special place, and it has crowned almost some champions in the past. But talking to us about that track is the one and only James Dean.
What's up, everyone?
Yeah,
James Dean
Pietr's at top. Paweł's second.
First night round of the season. Let's take a closer look at the track. So we get to the most challenging part of this track, Zone 2. If you come in here with too much speed, miss your braking point, you're crashing straight into the wall before Zone 3. And if you brake too soon, you're going to miss Zone 3. So this is definitely a crucial part. Coming from Zone 4, transitioning into this Zone 5, it's pretty poorly lit at night time. Very challenging to see your proximity to the wall. You have a small decel coming into it, but you want to make sure you get back on the power immediately. Fill this wall, run it from
I might ditch Streamlabs when I get home. Let's do something different, because I'm very tired of this. Very tired of this.
We move on to the most difficult transition into
I'd say that was messed up introduction to the track. You could not have a clear picture about it, but whatever. What do you mean?
Through the smoke, hopefully land on your competitor's door, and push hard through 7, 8, and across the line. So that's it for our track preview here at Ferrari.
Yeah, camera angles definitely play a big part of it, but it's trying to figure out what is best for production as well as judging.
Final call for passengers going to Rabat at Prospect 145, 80-minute boarding, gate 2224.
Inside too far towards that cone to the right, you're going to lose a lot of points. So you want to stay in kind of in the middle of that. That's where the judges are really suggesting that you hit.
Yeah, and for me, it was all about Zone 5. An incredibly long outside zone. It was all about the entry into outside
Clear
zone 5.
pick about layout zones and the whole track from start to finish. I mean, I guess. You could use the graphic that goes up on social media. That's posted. They'll speak to them in the pits after the event, but that's about it. No, I'm in Paris right now on a layover.
The conditions will change a lot.
The biggest challenge is going from a very bright track in qualifying and top 32 here to the top 16 where it's complete darkness.
Such a cool shot.
It looks cool from the outside and in all the cameras, but from the driver's point of view, you can't see far ahead.
You might use one visual marker during the day, and then at night that visual marker you can't see anymore.
It's definitely challenging. It's harder to see where the zones are beginning and ending.
As far as I can remember, every zone has lights on the zone, but the only part that's really hard is trying to see where the lead car is in front of you.
We got to see this like an hour before it aired, and I'm so impressed.
Instead of just using your eyesight of where exactly you need
yeah, I agree. They could have used that top down, but I think it's cool to have the locking. It's more entertaining. Like FD will do the drone down. It's more informative. This is more performative.
I know some of the drivers will drive with sunglasses.
I'd like Drifting to stay at the marked position, but unfortunately that will inhibit its growth potential.
Better, let's say, so we should.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's growing. I think it's continuously grown. Anybody who thinks we're going backwards is very short-sighted.
The way that their headlights are, direct their headlights out on angles, because when they get to angle, now that headlight is actually going forward.
And we need to think about it that the fire might come up right beside us when we are going sideways.
That is something I wish they would fix. So it's like further behind them.
Pyrotechnics, fireworks, illumination. It just makes for a better show, and I'm here for it.
Of course, it will be really nice show for the spectators.
Drivers will never tell you the truth, though. They'll never. Why would they? That sounds terrible. Up, Janice?
Well, there we go.
Yeah, they're gonna try and get whatever advantage they can. So.
There's not a lot of time to wait around and see what it's like to send these guys around here, because, ladies and gentlemen, get ready.
That's the part you have to remember.
Well, here we go. We've talked about this one plenty today. We've thought about this one over the course of the championship, and now it's time to play it out in real time, because Pavel Korpelinski has been asked by our #1 qualifier, defending champion, to lead first in the first battle of top 16. This, ladies and gentlemen, is huge for the championship. If Pavel Korpelinski loses right now, he loses a whole bunch of points to Conor Shanahan, who is hunting down that 3rd championship. Conor Shanahan knows that if he doesn't beat Pavel Korpelinski right now,
it's all good. It's all good.
2026 is over. This means everything.
No, it doesn't mean I know everything. Always happy to learn more and have different ideas, but I get where you're coming from. Yeah, you'll get a more measured response. We do. We have those post-event interviews, but at the time, it's no help. It just hinders the decision. No, I don't think so. I think both of them have phenomenal growth. Said I produced an entire video on the subject if you want to check that out, but
it was always going to be this way. It was always going to go like this. We knew, even with the break, even with the long downtime, the changing track
so this season's tire supplier is different, causing these weird decisions. I don't know what you mean by that.
They would still come out and battle like absolute warriors. Both drivers
Yeah, I think we'd all be honest, but from the perspective of the driver in the incident, they're never at fault, right? You get into a car accident, you're not going to go to the police officer and say, oh, that was me.
Both of them have just shown us here. Incredible. Paweł Kropolinski looks great out front. The car looks smooth. The transitions are good. And Connor Shanahan is just all over him. He is mobbing him. He is aggressive. Look at that proximity we get coming through 5.
Do I know what time it is?
Paweł Kropolinski,
3 o'clock.
and Connor Shanahan's doing exactly what
My
he's
time.
known to do.
9 o'clock your time.
Smother a lead driver while he's in the chase.
It certainly is. Look, I think for me, Connor Shanahan's won this championship twice.
The recaps were banned. The reason I was told was due to safety issues of them delaminating and potentially being thrown in the crowd or injuring somebody. Oh, Strap, you don't have to do this, dude.
Have you got what it takes to be a champion of Drift Masters?
This is big. This is big. The 10th battle between them, starting all the way back in 2019. I won't tell you who's taken the lead, because I don't want to.
The type of documents that either DM and FD have, like the FIA penalty guideline F1. Yes, the rulebooks, both of them have rulebooks that indicate all of that. Strap has a bad habit of doing this. I know you do. I appreciate it. No, it's not that tires really suck. It's that the drivers bring them down to the very end. That's how it works. Like, you're trying to get every single last bit out of them. So most of the tires are the exact same as last year. So there's no change there. Thank you, Strat. I appreciate it, dude.
With how tight that this competition is. Connor Shanahan looks great. Paweł Kropolinski already to the inside as Connor Shanahan adds more angle coming around to 3. And I think no matter what happens in this battle, we are going to need a judge to have a conversation with us so we can have clarity.
Well, if you did just get a membership, go explore. There's lots of cool stuff there.
Decided for these judges is monumental. It's life-changing for both of these drivers.
Yeah, I mean, look.
Wow.
Yeah, you can see what he did there to Connor Shanahan. Rip the wheel out of the hands of that young
man. I figure what time my board time is.
From our judges for this, because as you say, Jacob, this is not only huge for the championship, but it's huge for both of these drivers and their fans. And I think everyone will want to know exactly what the judges are thinking. I spoke about it earlier on, and we went to David
yeah, I'll probably have to.
Outside zone 3.
I don't know if I'll be able to finish this. We'll see.
See this, and he was like, "Well, hopefully not." Yeah, I mean, the first battle in top 16, we're going to see it, and that's because these guys are pushing so hard.
They are there, and you can't leave anything
on the table.
No, you can't. You just have to push.
Thanks, Strat.
You know,
he's
when you're chasing down Connor Shanahan, he's going to throw a big run down. So Paweł Kropolinski is just taking every advantage that he could, because you cannot let up at any point in time. The judges still looking through replays. They're still discussing this as two of the most nervous people in the world right now stand on track.
Yeah, it's one of the best years we've ever had in the sport.
Irish drift fans around the property in Germany.
Thanks, Normal.
And some, look at the amount of media down there, because this is big for the championship, and they want that reaction. This could go one way or another.
Okay. The graphic screw up here was. That is a graphic screw up. It has nothing to do with any decision. It was purely a software error.
To make sure that decision is not only correct, but we need to get some clarification.
Yeah, the FD one is at the very bottom of the website. It says rulebook, and Drift Masters one I can't remember.
There's a little bit of
discussion between the judges there. David Kalas, we're going to come to you. Not only do we need to get clarification that that decision is
yeah,
correct,
rulebooks are all public in writing, very easy to find.
Some word on that contact at outside zone 3.
Oh.
Yeah, I need to confirm that the decision was correct. I don't know what happened with the system, but it was one more time from my side and Connor from Tarmo and from Ras. Everything comes to this contact. From my side, the angle adjustment of the corner was a little bit weird, and I said that, okay, this is unsettling the leader, that's why there was a contact. But Tarmo and Ras were saying that that angle adjustment happened because of the contact. There was nothing wrong happening in before, so that's why I went for Connor. Anyways, we need to say that lead run of Connor was better than Pavel's, and then it is decided based on those mistakes on the chase run.
Thank you very much, David Kalas. Well, there we go. Got it straight from our head judge's mouth, David Kalas. We have Tom O'Leary.
I don't know if they've discussed it. I don't think it's a good idea, though, to be perfectly honest.
Becky's down there on track with Pavel Korpelinski. Becky,
I don't think that's fair to them. I think it's entertaining, but I don't think it's a good idea.
But this is not the way you wanted your evening to go.
Definitely not. No. So it didn't go our way. I thought I did everything I could. Looking at the replay now, I think that I went on throttle earlier than Connor did, although we were out of the diesel zone already. So I don't know. I need to analyze the run to be sure exactly what happened.
Was there anything from your point of view? Do you think that you could have done better there?
Yeah, I could have not caused the contact. I could have braked for a little bit longer, maybe. It's hard to say being here and now. I need to rewatch the run, and then I will try to analyze it.
I also don't like the idea of them interviewing driver after a loss, especially after this.
Okay, Pavel, thank you so much. Guys, back to you.
Thank you very much.
Same thing, bleep outboard. You're looking at another staff member, you're looking at more equipment. Just more.
With the decision, look, at the end of the day, Pavel Korpelinski would always want that to go his way and keep that championship hope alive. But for Connor Shanahan, it is...
Proximity chat would be wild. I mean, the Shanahans do it. They're on the radio through the run.
Yeah, I mean, a tough one. A tough one, Jacob. I think there's going to be 1,000,001 people split across the whole globe on how that decision is. But, hey, at the end of the day, we are the judges. We have a dedicated judging panel, and that is their job. We go back to the line to the next battle. Diogo Correa to take on a very on-form Kevin Passeur, but Kevin Passeur looked a little shaky.
Yeah, definitely looked a little bit shaky. I mean, the top 32 probably didn't go exactly how he was.
Yeah, I think it should be in the description on this too, I hope. Maybe?
Yeah, him and Diogo Correa in that break. He had a 4-hour break.
Yeah, I didn't like it. I called it right away. I just said I don't like this idea, but it's okay.
Well, here we go. Correa from Portugal fires in that Mercedes-powered BMW and gets himself inside zone 2. And you can
were you at the event, Ian? If you watch their videos, they do release their in-car audio sometimes.
This is an absolute scene right now as Kevin Passeur puts that car right where it needs to be. But the lead run from Diogo Correa is phenomenal.
Yeah, Correa is absolutely on it. Very smooth. Great to see him making it up, pushing his way up through competition right now. Look great in practice, look great in qualifying, and just continue that on. Well, Kevin Passeur, as aggressive as he's always been, but now starting to get a little bit more calculated, realizing that some of the over-aggression, those mistakes of the past, cannot continue. And he
it's broken in the description? Dang. Okay, well, that's my stupidity then.
He was pushing. He does just catch a little bit of Correa.
Need to update that.
It doesn't look like it affects too much on Diego's end. And yeah, you can really tell he's holding that car back and just he wants to dive. He wants to fight and just reorganize the logos on the side of Diego Correa's door.
Yeah, funny enough, just taking a look there, Correa qualifying 8th, Passeur qualifying 9th. So two very similar driving styles, two very similar qualifying scores. Correa, though, for me, really
yeah, you know, were you at the event?
Especially now in the dark under the lights.
I'm just curious what the German commentators were like. I don't know obviously how they do.
Earlier on, the track now starts to come back to the drivers. You were talking about it earlier on and yesterday, saying how the sunlight here in Germany makes the track a little greasy. Yeah. The sun goes down and we go under the lights. It actually tacks up the track a little bit, makes it grippier.
Yeah, it really does. The rubber's not as
almost every event, it's the local language. So
I don't expect this grip to drop off.
It is weird hearing myself twice.
And these runs are just going to get faster and faster.
Well, here we go. They're back on the line, ready to rock and roll. The Estonian Kevin Passer now to lead out Diogo Correa from Portugal. As those guys get ready to see that green light, and it is illuminated. And Kevin Passer comes off the line and through the gears, and it's a big drag race down to that initiation. And Diogo Correa caught a little unaware there. Now has to play catch up with the side of the Estonians BMW. As Correa will make a dive for the smoke outside zone 5. Can he find the side of that BMW? And he doesn't look like he will do. He shallows up the angle. Passer puts it on big angle on the transition. Now works his way into the 2 final outside zones. Correa finds the rear wheel of the BMW and across the line.
I thought Correa binned it in 5.
Yeah, that's rough.
And a lot of this is just trying to catch up with
yeah, maybe one day.
Who's so fast. Correa really needed to jump that light. Yeah. You had to just been side
I am
with them.
very much used to my own voice, but doesn't mean that I enjoy hearing it all the time, to be honest.
Is not exceeding that rear wheel as per the judges in the meeting this morning. But unfortunately for Correa, just didn't time the launch right, and then from there on out, it is just playing catch up. Kevin Passer out front looks good. Kind of a long left foot break, a long drag there. So he's gonna have to keep an eye on that as the night continues if he does make it through this battle. But yeah, outside of that, Passer is just fast. Correa unfortunately got caught out way early in the run. Yeah. And it took him till the last sector before he even.
So quick though.
Yeah,
that's the problem.
There's a lot of shortcutting on the track. You can see there from the drone, and we say the drone never lies. And you can see Diogo Correa taking that inner line, trying to keep up with Kevin Passer. Passer though, again, looks like he's on rails after a shaky start to the weekend.
Yeah, it's like I said, it just wasn't. Going one more time in top 32 is never fun.
No, exactly that. Well, here we go. Slide him left for Passer, right for Correa. It's going to be Kevin Passer from Estonia getting the win, advancing through. And even Diogo Correa knew it. He knew the chase wasn't there, and he'd let himself slip a little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit. But Passer, I mean, he's going to have to clean up a few things, especially going up against Conor Shanahan as we start to move on.
Yeah, I think for Riga, it was supposed to be local, but there was some sort of issue.
Getting a bye run into the top 16, unfortunately losing Kevin Biscolti in competition earlier on today with a failed engine.
Yeah, I agree. Try not to be selfish about it, but I agree generally. The big thing is like they don't want us doing like any crowd work whatsoever, but
that loves these walled arenas.
Very, very good.
Most of the crashes happen in practice.
As we've known, we've seen in Poland and Finland, so
Got a very Canadian voice. I'm from Alberta. Yeah, it's not as Canadian as it used to be. I kind of trimmed down the accent a bit.
Right up to the side of Jakob Kroll as they flick back for outside zone 6. Jack Shanahan is absolutely on a mission this weekend. The man that was on the podium in 2025 wants another one as he drags him across the line.
Well done from Jack. Just similar, you know, you can tell he wants to be an aggressive chase driver constantly, and he's done amazing things to start to quell and reserve himself just a bit for drivers that maybe don't have the same pace. Jakob Kroll, I don't know if that was a fail to initiate. We caught the onboard pretty early on, and you could already tell that Kroll was not getting the car out to angle. Jack did an amazing job of
yeah, his ankle is not in a happy place right now. Chat with him a bit. Just trying to get him up onto the podium was an issue. So he is quite sore.
We know Jack
Besides, he just puts his foot to the floor and keeps it there.
Track starts to evolve, as we mentioned before, and starting to come back to the drivers now under the lights here in Germany. Kroll, again, talk about it quite a lot. Phenomenal league driver, loves these smaller technical tracks, and it's kind of where he's cut his teeth in Poland. And
he's not going to get his teeth. There's no way. I think he gets one day at home though.
You encourage Jack Shanahan to trust you and put the wheel
on the not get a lot of time back.
The best and worst thing about laying down a solid lead run is it's a good chance that the driver behind you is going to be all over you.
Yeah, so there we go.
I'm going to send an invoice, Marcin.
Yeah, Marcin down there. I start like Marshall donning the shirt now for top 16.
There's there's a lot of good cuisine in Canada. Head to Quebec, get protein. It's fries, cheese curds, and gravy. Sounds weird, but it's phenomenal.
No point repairing it now before we head to the final round in Poland, where yet again these guys will meet more walls.
Jack Shanahan pulling to the line, finally using all 2 minutes that they get when they come back across the line at final of the run to make sure the cars cool down. Those cars do run a little bit hot, and we've seen this time and time again out of them, especially here. Yeah. Remember last year, it was
not a lot of airflow.
Yeah, and it's, as we said, coming back afterwards, you don't have a lot of time to cool the car off.
No, certainly not. Well, here we go. The light goes green. Shanahan now to lead out. Jakob Kroll from Poland will spot in the top 8 away from one of these guys. And look at this from Shanahan. Flicks that car straight to
Dernier appel à destination de Minneapolis sur la France 04.
He's trying to get himself into this battle. Jakob Kroll on the foot brake, balancing that car, looking for Shanahan to position that GT86 in outside zone 5, and Shanahan's deep into it as he flicks that car to 6. Now Jakob Kroll makes a dive and looks for the side. Lunging onto the front wheel goes Jakob Kroll as they get pushed to the wall across the line.
Really like how Jakob Kroll just did not give up at any point. Amazing proximity out of him. One of the best chase runs we've seen in a long time. And Jack really did lay down a phenomenal lead.
Yeah, it was a great weekend. Very, very good weekend.
Jack gets that car out to angle so early. Look at how early he gets that car kicked out. Big clutch kick. As soon as that car
He said here reviewing, seeing where I can improve and do a little bit better job for the next round.
You know, I wouldn't say a massive amount of angle, but very predictable. Allows Jakob Kroll to start to hunt him down. Jack, as soon as
track experience, yeah, you should. It's a whole other thing.
Drag a little bit. I think there's probably a little more grip down than maybe he expected, and but he does a great job. You can see the red line, the dash just banging off the top because Jack Shanahan enjoys keeping that right foot to the floor.
Yeah, he certainly does. You can just see him there, the line in outside zone 5. Took him a while to find the wall in outside zone 5. It was almost halfway through before Shanahan got all the way out there, but nevertheless.
What wonders?
Encouraging.
Oh,
here we go, side of left for Shanahan, right for Shanahan, left for Jakob Kroll. It's going to be Shanahan. Look what it means to Jack Shanahan. Another driver keeping that
See, that's why we don't mic them up.
Yeah, he is still in there right now. He's still in the fight as we continue to do this. I believe he has to make it to the semis to have a shot. So he's got to keep this pace going. And right now, it's a real good shot if he keeps driving the way he does.
Yeah, certainly so. We're going to go back on the line to see who Jack Shanahan will.
He has, not does.
The top 8. I suppose for these guys now pull up to the line. It will be Nicolas Bertans to take on Alan Hines, and Bertans, the higher qualifier, opting to lead first.
This is a good one. I definitely want to rewatch this.
From Ireland in that S15, that carbon fiber S15, ready to take down the V8-powered carbon Kevlar BMW E92.
Yeah, I think the only way you're going to get authentic is if you had to go back.
Make it a little bit slower. Does Alan add some grip in and make it a little faster, or do they stalemate? Neither changes anything.
I don't know. I know. Because I don't know what the track is like compared from earlier to now.
That's tacky, that's for sure.
There we go. Alan Hines creeping, waits for that green light, and there we go. Bertans through the gears in that V8 as it screams. And look at that. Wow. Alan Hines, that flick already down to initiation beats way on the inside. And we see that not working for somebody else earlier on. What the judges take on that one. I hear a grumble in the background, but the transition was unbelievable. Alan Hines really bringing the fight to the young Latvian as Bertans now flicks that car to outside zone 6. There's no shaking. Alan Hines in the last 2 outside zones as Hines goes to the door and across the line.
That was fun. That was a lot of fun. I love how aggressive Alan Hines got.
And 52.
The lead looked very smooth. The initiation is the one part we didn't get to see from the outside. Nick Nack gets it done early. Alan does an amazing job of adapting. Unfortunately, can't float the car all the way out, so we'll have to really see. I don't know how inside Nick Nack was. Yeah, he does phenomenal work of getting the car pulled back. It's a tough spot to be in when you get caught on the inside, especially when you're forward. But Alan blows the car up, really slows things down.
This is like 3 at a time.
Falls back.
Did I say that?
It's an incredibly difficult thing to do, but is probably the best way, to make lemonade out of that situation. Nick Nack, though, he's quick. He's just really quick, but Alan at no point gets gapped.
No, he doesn't get gapped, and
Did I say that?
I mean, look,
I don't think I did.
Everybody knows that Nicolas Bertans is fast. Yeah, they know that car is extremely quick. Super lightweight, runs an incredible amount of grip, and like you said, did he grip the car up? Did he just leave the setup as it was and pedal the car, as the drivers like to say?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I love both of their runs on this. I mean, as much
Maybe
as
we can try and pick it apart and see.
He corrected
see how the judges feel about that.
What's up, Tom?
Decision. Here we go. Light goes green. Bertan's already creeping on Alan Hines as he fires that S15 to angle and down onto the walls. The 2JT now screams and look at that. Bertan onto the door already as he starts to push Alan Hines around Ferropolis. Hines goes for the transition.
Oh, I know why. I know why this is an issue.
That's for sure. As Hines now tries to fall back on that qualifying line, Nicolas Bertans gives him the room to maneuver, doesn't push too hard and gets it across.
Just want one more time, and then there was contact in the second one.
There was a bunch of smoke.
There was a bunch of smoke. If Alan got held up before the transition, he could have over-rotated quicker, or if Nick punted him from the rear, that may also have created that type of situation. So I'm going to run you through this while my colleague here decides to analyze it with the judges. Nick-Nack super aggressive already. And let's take a look here with Alan and Nicolas Bertans. Something happened. It's just really tough to tell because the amount of smoke.
So
what do you got?
What was given, the explanation that was given to me is that Alan hits the left foot brake there before he transitioned.
Okay.
If you watch Hines, he touches the brake before the transition, and that little adjustment is what made Nick-Nack catch him.
Just like everybody else. Yeah, I kind of know what's going on, given our own opinion. I feel that Nicolas Bertans contact on the back bumper. When you see it from a different camera angle, we're going to give you that camera angle, hopefully. You will see what it done.
Watch Hines, right there. I just missed it.
Jump on the foot brake and you physically see the car stall on transition.
Yeah, I agree. It could have gone either way.
The car's already floated around. So it's Nick-Nack getting real aggressive. And the judges have.
So while this is going on, we were watching the judges replay, trying to get a bit more info.
They have, I mean, look, they have all the tools in the locker thanks to our incredible Red Bull production here. And there's a lot of deliberation going on. And this is the
Watch Hines, the brake light on the front, right there. See? Hines is right. Yeah.
On the brake, boom, upsets the car straight away. And I think what it does is, I think it lifts the back of Alan Hines' S15 up ever so slightly. Look at that arch gap created. It loses grip.
They made contact, but Hines is the one that decelled. Nick-Nack was right on his bumper, right? If he wouldn't have done that, it would have been a perfect transition. So that's why.
You see Nick-Nack's front bumper kind of shake right as the transition happens, and it does in a way that kind of leads me to believe that there was that contact made. So it's one of those weird situations, but you know, a bit of a precedent already set earlier on today.
I mean, and this is the thing, contact will be, you know, a huge part to play in some of these battles, especially of how close these guys are driving in such a tight arena where the transitions, you know, they're so close together.
Yeah, you have to be.
Yeah, and he had an angle for the transition, which you're not supposed to be doing. So I get where it looks like Nick-Nack was being too aggressive, but he was being the right amount aggressive, and Hines was making mistakes. So that's where it comes from.
It'll jump up onto your screen and we'll see who's going through to the top 8 to battle Jack Shanahan. And here we go, slide him left for Bertans, right for Alan Hines. It's going to be Nicolas Bertans. Nicolas Bertans gets the win. A shake of the head from Alan Hines, and you can see there a bit of confrontation.
Yeah, gadgets are, I don't know if they're working. They look good though. So hopefully you like that design style, because there's going to be some more stuff that's similar.
Sometimes from inside of the car it looks a little bit different. You're doing your best, and we completely agree that all those drivers are doing their best. But during the briefing we said that we don't want to see any angling up before the transition itself. And also we don't want to like to see any braking during the transition. And what we can see on Alan's run, he adds up a little bit of the angle before the transition, and as he's transitioning we can see immediately the brake lights, and then there is the contact with Nicolas. So that's why we called
I don't know why this is controversial. It's pretty clear cut to me, at least.
Not easy decision. We needed to go through it many times, but we believe that the mistake was on Alan's side.
Thank you very much, David. There we go. I mean, look, see,
I get it.
I mean,
it's not. We're not denying the contact. It's just that Alan was doing things that were specifically requested not to do
in the driver's briefing. Well, there we go. That means that Nicolas Bertans will head through into.
I may have to wrap this up shortly because my flight boards. It takes off in approximately an hour. And I still have to pack up and make it to my gate and check in. Let me just double check that. Yeah, hour and a bit. So, before we wrap up, you said if you haven't subbed yet, please do so. Doesn't mean a lot. Means a lot to me though. Doesn't take anything. It's completely free. You do want to become a member. It's 99 cents a month. Anybody who has been a member here can attest to the extra content, the interactions. There's merch that you can only get if you're a member. There's so much that is offered for such a nominal fee. And then yeah, Discord's a big one, which is in the bio on YouTube. I think the one in this one is broken, so you can watch this battle. Let's watch this battle and then we'll wrap up. See if we can break down live. After this one, I'll be wrapping up. Yeah, see, James just hesitated a lot.
See what that initiation looked like from the outside, because from James's perspective, he was doing a lot of work and talked about in his little interview about putting on the top of the box. 790 days. That would have been round 2 in Ireland in 2024 is the last time he saw it, and now with the Mustang.
James is already too far inside on initiation. He's only supposed to be at the rear bumper, and that's the start.
Yeah, interesting. That view,
watch.
it's tough to
see?
Tell. Here we go.
He's supposed to be further back, so that's immediately on James right there.
All the pops and bangs.
And there is left foot braking going on from Benet.
Feels like both of them had a bit of a mistake from first view.
So he's got to be floating, but he's on throttle. So.
But James wasn't quite there. Now obviously there's a lot more.
Okay, so let's say you scrap that, right? You go tit for tat on that one.
Look at that. James having to clutch in, hold the limiter, and then dump the clutch again. So yeah, I think he's gonna.
Benet's got a really good job in 4.
Now as we get through the rest of this, Benet
really good job in 5.
Getting the back end of the car really well into 5. Starting to bang off the tail.
James has got a ton of proximity, so I would say pairing there.
Hunts him down and starts to apply the pressure.
James a little bit further off.
Yeah, the big question is going to be on that initiation, how that played out.
And James wriggling back in. So slight advantage Benet, I would say, after that one.
Second part of the run.
Yeah, certainly can, and see James Dean in there really working that car, really wheeling away, trying to get himself up close and personal to the front.
Never flown, wow. It's kind of just like being on a bus or in a car. It's really no different. Getting the zones in the chase is not the goal, it is proximity in drift masters. So James not as deep, through 2, pretty good there. Yeah, I can see this going one more time, rewatching it.
It's going to be a rough time for the judges on this one. When you have a weird situation on the first run, you kind of hope it gets settled in the second by itself.
Proximity does have more points.
Not the case
you
here.
were right.
Both drivers did a great job. James Dean catching that first zone quite well as now he floats the car out to 3. Benet is there. He's keeping up with them.
I think this ended up being a split decision, if I'm not mistaken. Rosmo definitely doesn't, he votes on his own.
The end of 4 before he really starts to cut the gap, and then the transition in 5 catches him just a bit inside, but floats the car in one more time. It's, man, tough. You can't stop thinking about the initiation on the first run. At least I can't.
No, and I mean, look, we spoke about it quite a bit. James even spoke about himself out of 2 being so critical. That line from 2 to 3. Now, for me, Jason Benet doing an incredible job there in that chase, but can't have a good chase without an incredible lead. And James Dean definitely gave Jason Benet something to think about when he was chasing him. But yeah, I mean, it was all about maybe that small mistake. Judges still looking at the second half of the battle, so maybe something in there that we missed, Jacob, that's for sure.
Well, I think they start comparing proximity as well. You kind of take a situation like that and you go, okay, well, let's take a look at everything else and see, maybe there's something else that's going to tell us a different story.
Yeah, exactly that. Well, it looks like judges are putting in a decision.
I think Rosmo went differently, if I'm not mistaken. I think he said one more time, the other 2 went with Benet.
Will Dean keep that championship deliberation going on from our judges. This is going to be a long night. Well, here we go. Decisions in. Left for Dean, right for Benet. It's going to be a split decision for Benet. Gets the win.
Yeah, there you go.
James Dean out of
Cool.
competition.
Yeah, I'm going to wrap up, guys. Like I said, one more thing to add on to it. I have free international shipping running for today only. If you want to go grab something, you can. I'll be shipped out tomorrow morning.
When we were looking on it, I need to say that both lead runs were really good. From both drivers, very similar mistake at AutoZone.
Yeah, Razma had a lot of splits.
Destination de Casablanca, relève France 96, embarquement portuaire 21.
One sec, I'll wrap up after this.
The proximity from James was not good enough, where Jason decided rather to cut a little bit the line, but keep the proximity, which we needed to afford him the win because of that. Otherwise, very similar runs, very good runs.
Yeah, James doesn't really have a chance. Everyone's got to basically go out really early or not qualify. So if shit happens, it always happens. Yeah, thanks again, guys. The Discord link should be not in this bio, but it is in my profile bio. I just saw a couple people join anyways. And then, yeah, make sure you are sub. If you want to become a member, 99 cents a month means a lot. And then free shipping, all international orders if you do it today. I probably won't make any money, but you get some cool stuff. All right, guys. I'm going to try and jump on Saturday nights again, if I can. We'll in the Discord, we'll decide what we're watching, but could just do sending clips, who knows. But thanks again, everyone.